Oh gosh, we're live. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. I think everything should be good. It's weird, the audio levels when I've been recording my videos have been much lower than normal, but I don't think it's the actual mic. I think that the gain got adjusted on the camera, so I need to remember to adjust that. But I hope everybody's doing well. Let's see who's all here today. We've got Chicaro, Felix, 3D Print Masters, Del Mar is here for a short visit. Hey PF, Hobo's here, Lisa's here, Petty, RS, Queasy's here, Samuel. I hope everybody's doing well. A couple things really quick. One, I know last week Lisa mentioned that she got an ad early on. I haven't changed anything as far as ads go in streams. It's still on conservative, which is like the lowest level of ads. However, I do see now I got a pop-up from YouTube on the back end saying viewers may see ad at different times. So that's probably why it had been consistently like one ad on the 30-minute mark, and I think like every 30 minutes. But with this new thing that they've implemented, I have no idea. I would still think it's probably every 30, but it seems like maybe they're scattered now. So that's very likely. If you're seeing different things, the reasoning is YouTube is once again switch things up with no real warning other than a small notice in the back end panel. So also, I hope everybody is doing well and safe. I know if you're in California that it's a very late fire season. My parents are in California currently, and they've been on a evacuation warning for about 5 days. This fire that started at 2,000 acres as of this morning is at 35,000 acres. And I think they're still in like non-mandatory evac, but they've been prepared for like 4 days. So it now shows 14% containment, this specific fire. So I'm hoping they're getting it under control, but anybody else that's dealing with it, I hope that you are safe and that they get everything under control, because it's just been, I'm in Idaho now, and we've been here, it's our third summer, and it has been awful. Oregon, I'm very close to the Oregon border. Oregon's been on fire, Northern California. We've even had a few here, so like air quality has just been absolutely awful. I think for the most part, firefighters have done a great job of preventing structural fires, but it's still awful for the air quality, for the forest, for all the animals. So I hope everybody is doing well, and I hope that they are able to, again, get everything under control with the cooler weather, and it looks like we've got some rain coming in too. So yeah, so today we are taking a break from building. This week and next week we're going to be doing sort of like unboxing and first look streams. This is the FLSUN T1. I've had the FLSUN S1 on the other side of the room for a bit here. I've had it for some months. I did some initial testing, and there were some issues. One of the bigger ones is artifacts, VFAs, really bad VFAs. And I actually just got an update this last night from FLSUN. They showed me basically their latest update and how it's affected VFAs, and I need to look a little bit further, but it looks like they've made substantial progress on minimizing and removing them, which is great. I believe they seem to have been able to figure it out on the software and firmware side, so it won't require anyone to have a hardware swap. But yeah, that's been interesting. I've also been in talks with them because one thing they did, which I'm not a fan of, is they had released the printer with access over SSH, and then they removed it with a firmware update, which is not cool. It sucks. That actually happened after I had agreed to looking at this unit. Had it happened before, I feel like I probably would have said, I'm gonna wait until you open it up. They've been giving me a little bit of runaround answers, but it does seem like the plan is to release a firmware that can be modified and accessed, but it still doesn't excuse the fact that like it should be there from day one, and that it's even worse in my opinion that they released it and then revoked it with very little warning. I don't think there was actually any warning. It was just, hey, there's a firmware update. Wait, I can't SSH anymore, which is not cool. So we're gonna take a look at this. Let's see. Hey Clown. Hey Nothing. Fires are bad this year in Oregon. There was some ash on my car last week. Yeah, it's been awful. My hair cutter, her husband is an EMT, and he's trying to get into like Idaho fire. And as part of that, he's building up sort of his resume and some experience. And so he's been throughout the summer, partaking in going over to Oregon and helping out with the fires there. And I think it was supposed to be like 2 weeks on, and then like come home for a weekend, then 2 weeks on. But when I spoke with her, he had been there for like a month and a half. Like they just couldn't send him home because they needed all hands on deck. So it's been absolutely nuts. Hey Steve, hey Nomads. Last week I picked up the FLSUN SR $150 clearance micro center. It's been good so far. Yeah, the SR is a really solid printer. I like the V400 as well, a lot actually. It was really solid. I know Lisa's saying they revoked V400 as well, the SSH, which is wild. I can't believe they did that on an older printer, and I don't get it. Like, quick rant here, and then we'll get into this. So, Clipper's interesting, and after the video this weekend will be on the takeoff tool head that I've been working on and the Kraken board swap that I did. And I gotta say, I understand why companies don't want easy access to the back end of Clipper because it's very easy to screw things up. However, giving Creality some credit here, I like the way they did it. On the K1, you basically go under the printer's menu and you click like root or whatever. It gives you like a 10-second warning countdown saying, hey, like it's basically some kind of warning along the lines of, I don't know if it's warranty related or something, but like they let you do it. They warn you like, hey, like there be dragons here type thing, but they let you do it. And to me, like, I don't care if a company has to sort of say like, hey, if you want technical support, it has to be on our OEM firmware, but they should still give access to those that want to be able to tune their printers. It's a huge perk of Clipper. It's really the reason, if you know, one of the key reasons why it's such a powerful firmware. And I get that not everybody needs that, but to give and take is even worse. But I'm in agreement. I don't like that at all. And I'm hoping they come to their senses and realize that it's not the right way to do things. So I voiced my opinion of them a few times via email, and that's really all I can do at this point. So we will see if they take my feedback and other people's feedback and do something with it, or if they continue to play hardball. So we'll see. Hey Viking, hey Nappin, don't break stuff now. Who am I kidding? Hey man. Look what the cat jacked in. Any good ASA sellers other than Polymaker? ASA. I know that Zombie or Hedgehog makes Zombie Hedgehog has had a really good experience with Ambrosia, which I think is ASA. It might be ABS, but I know that if they have ASA, their filament seems to be really popular. Man, ASA, a lot of the manufacturers I'm familiar with are ABS. Like I've used Fusion filaments, which are great, but I've only used ABS. I know that some people really like, I think KVP, but I also think it's mostly ABS that I know that people have used. That's a great question. I'll leave that open to other people and see what they think. So it is ASA. Cool. Hey Rob. So yeah, this is their T1, which is the baby brother to the S1. I think that this is, I'm going to call it their more budget 3D printer. It retails at $599, which I know is still not budget. Depending on how you're scoping that, it's certainly more expensive than like an Ender, but it's a lot less than their S1. Let's look at the product page. It's a Delta printer. I like that it's fully enclosed. And let's see, mouse, where are you? There we go. So yes, this is the T1 Delta printer, fully enclosed. It's got the same CPAP cooling, which means it's going to be loud. They claim really fast speeds. They claim the AI camera, which I am a strong believer that AI camera is a gimmicky thing. So every time I see that, I'm like, great, it has a camera. I like that it has a camera, but the AI camera is certainly marketing mumbo jumbo from my experience. Hey, Iconic. Hey, Matt. High temp hot end, so it should be able to get up to 300 Celsius. The max flow, that's another, okay, all right, really quick here. That's another thing. FLSUN claims ridiculous flow rates. And based off my testing with the S1, we did testing on stream, didn't we? I think we did. It got nowhere near their claimed value, and I let them know that. And they said that their testing was done with, they told me the specific filament, and that the way they tested it was basically how much it could push out in a short burst and not via like printing. And I told them that doesn't make any sense. Nobody cares about how much it can print out or how much it can shoot out in a short burst. We care about actual usable flow rate. And so I told them they need to update their product page. And then they sent me that they did update the product page, but this is what they updated it with. Let's see if I can show you this. I think it was on the very bottom. Okay, they certainly didn't update it here. That says 110 cubic millimeters per second PLA. That is not real. Let me see what's on this one. I think they have like multiple websites. This looks the same to me. Yeah, I don't see... Oh, where are we? Where are we? FLSUN, Ah, here we go. So they still have the 110 cubic. They updated this, measured by gravimetric method at 80. So this is this, I don't know what this is. This 100 cubic, 110 is just bonkers, and I think, but this is what they said they got with their short burst, which, what does that mean? What does that mean? So yeah, I don't like that. They're not the only ones guilty of foobarring their metrics. They're just the ones that seem to have gotten caught, and because it's such a ridiculous metric, 110 cubic millimeters a second, like, come on. What do you got, like a volcano on here? It just, so I don't know, man. I've given feedback. They've taken some of it, but like, I feel like I don't know, but smoke and mirrors, exactly. So at one point, does flow rate stops being helpful to increase? Surely the motion system will be a bottleneck. Yeah, absolutely. The rigidity and the actual torque and the ability to cool and the material breaking down, like there's a lot of other factors. So definitely think the AI side is marketing hype. I got the quality camera for the V3 and didn't detect a fail. Yep. Hey Jesus, did you see Silval change their product page for the enclosure from tempered glass to silicone boride glass? I did not. Is there a benefit with going with silicone boride glass? I don't really know much about that particular glass type. Hey Reverend. Positron uses AI to detect gravity. Nice. So anyways, let's get into this thing. Let's see what it's all about. But yeah, I feel like anyone that's hanging out here has a better grasp on reality. But for anybody that, you know, is maybe newer to the hobby or the technology, like, all I gotta say is take any, I mean, it's like this with most things, but please take what you see on the product page with a grain of salt, because it's certainly, the truth is stretched. I don't know really how else to word it. So, alrighty, let's see what we got here. We've got, so this is in a few different pieces. The S1 came fully assembled, which has perks, meaning that you don't have to assemble it, but the downside is it weighs a metric ton, and even team lifting it was rough. So in this case, it's certainly less assembled than the S1. This looks like the top. We can see our little CPAP hose there. We'll probably do a little bit of teardown. I'm not going to tear down to the extent of like Adam does over at Vector 3D, because I just want to be able to put it back together. But we'll take at least a little look under the hood, since this feels like it's probably a bit more accessible than the shell is on the S1. We've got our base, which has a magnetic powder-coated PEI flex plate. Early manufacturers would stop using foam for packaging. Yeah. The FLSUN S1 came with a ridiculous amount of foam. I do understand, like, wanting to protect their... What the heck is this? I don't know what this is. We'll find out shortly. I do understand them, like, wanting to protect and prioritizing the protection of their shipment, but I do agree that there's got to be better ways. And this is a lot of foam. Let's see. Okay, we got some tools here. Looks like we've got some Allen keys. We've got a little nozzle wrench, a little flash drive, some PTFE, a PTFE fitting, and just a nozzle. This looks like a standard color seems a little bit different than maybe a standard brass nozzle. Is it potentially copper, just not plated? Doesn't look like a brass nozzle to me. The coloring's a little bit more of a darker orange, so maybe a copper nozzle. What's wrong with foam again? I think it's just the recyclability of it. Or lack of. Pretty big pack of screws. It looks like there's only, a bunch of set screws too. Interesting. So a fair bit of assembling we'll have to do, but it looks like they're mostly the same screw type, which is always something I appreciate. We've got a little bit of, that is really blown out. Once I get rid of the foam, it shouldn't be so overexposed, but a little bit of filament, which we will not be using. We'll grab a spool off the shelf. We got our tiny little FLSUN T1 booklet here, just like a instruction manual quick start guide. It fell on the ground. What is this? This is our AI camera, which again, I like having a camera. It looks like it's just a USB-C camera. I do like having a camera. It's just the AI aspect of it that's really quite gimmicky across the board. That's for just about everybody. A screen, so it does come with a touch screen, much smaller and less fancy than the S1, but honestly, that's not a huge concern to me. I do like having a screen, and as long as it's functional and you know, lets us do some things like loading, unloading, preheating, yada yada, that's primarily what I care about. We've got our tool head here, which is fairly compact. It's got our mounting points for the arms. It's got the inlet for the CPAP. It's a pretty nice looking little tool head. That is a beefy, I will say, that is a monster. Wow, that is a really big heat block. I don't have anything else here to really give you much perspective on it, but that is a big boy. It's really big. Is it still using a V6 nozzle? Based off what I just saw in the spare parts, yeah, I would say it's a V6 nozzle. It looks like a bimetal heat break. There's a pretty big, can't really see it that well, but there's a pretty beefy heatsink fan in there. And then of course there's no layer cooling because that's all done via this injection molded part and the CPAP that we're gonna be attaching up top. I'm curious though, let's grab some calipers and just quickly see if we can measure. Finally catching a stream near the beginning. Hey Ken. Yeah, hey, I'll count this as being early enough. So it's quite thin, 9.5 millimeters as far as the thickness goes, but the width is, it's kind of awkward. About 23.5 millimeters. So it's good size. It is definitely good size. It looks like it is also rigid mounted, which is nice. There are two screws. I don't know how I'll be able to pick it up, but I think I can show it decently. There's a screw going from this side down into the heatsink, and there's also one on this side going down in the heatsink. So it is rigid mounted. But yeah, actually a beefier words are tough today. A beefier hot end heat block than I was expecting. So yeah, it looks volcano-ish. That's a lot of clearance behind the nozzle. Yeah, that is a lot of clearance by the nozzle. I see what you're saying. As far as the actual, like, if you look at where it bottoms out, the nozzle has even some threads that are exposed. So I imagine that they are, it could be the heat break going into it, but it also could be, I'm not gonna remove it right now. It could also be that they have an insert to extend the throat and make it more like a volcano nozzle, but while using a V6 nozzle. That's become, I don't want to say standard, but it's certainly become more common. But yeah, it's interesting that the nozzle's poking out as far as it is, and it seems to be, yeah, we'll see. That's a good call. Looks like a volcano mosquito magnum hybrid. Yeah, it's certainly taken inspiration from existing platforms. Does it look like a volcano? No, it's not, it's definitely not a volcano style nozzle. I'll bring it back out if you didn't see it. This is the spare nozzle they included, so this I have to assume is what it's using. Oops. So yeah, this is based off what I'm seeing here in the threads. This looks like just your regular V6 nozzle. I actually have, I just pulled this nozzle off of a printer. So this is from Microsoft. It's their CM2 6.6. So threads are identical. The only difference is the threads stop short on this one. So the threads don't go all the way up to, like, I'm gonna call it the head of the nozzle, while on the V6 it does. So it won't go quite as far in, which it looks like, as we saw, it doesn't already go quite as far in, but based off what I'm seeing, I don't see any reason why you couldn't just use any old standard V6. So if you wanted to throw in like a Micro Swiss CM2, a CHT, a Diamond, I wouldn't think that would be an issue. I believe it's the same nozzle as the V400. Okay, it's been a long time for me on the V4, so I don't remember. We've got our panels, which, these aren't glass, are they? No, they're acrylic. They feel
24 minutes in and no benchy. Hashtag unsub.
Are we really 20? We're not 20. We're 20 minutes in. I know it says 24. That was the countdown. Come on, give me 4 minutes. Andrew, thank you very much for the $10 donation, man. I appreciate it. Cheers. Interesting though. This is, I mean, I think there's glass. You know what? Okay, yeah, I'm not nuts. So it looks like it's all acrylic, the sides, but there is a glass front door. I was gonna say, I was like, man, this is some of the heaviest acrylic I've ever held, but that's because there is indeed one pane of glass for the front door, which makes a lot more sense. What else do we have in here? We've got our arms. Nope, these are not our arms. What is this? Huh, just this is, looks like sheet metal that's been bent. I don't actually know what these are for. It kind of looks like it might be to reinforce the panels or the door or the frame. It probably connects the various parts of, like, since it's sort of triangular in shape, that's likely what it is it connects those together. Maybe it helps hold the panels in place. We'll find out shortly, but it's bent sheet metal. And then we've got just a standard power cable. I'm gonna be running this off of, I've got a separate dedicated circuit in the ceiling. I've tripped the breaker like 5 times since we moved in, and it makes me sad every time. So we're gonna avoid that and run this printer off of a separate circuit just to be safe. We've also got thunder and lightning on the forecast today, and if anyone is here during my Prusa stream, that took out our power, so hopefully we don't have a repeat. Then we've got the arms, which are, let's see, it looks like they're covered in sheet metal. A lot of it looks like it's really bent sheet metal is what makes up most of this. There is a, this is, okay, I'm lying. So this is injection molded. This whole outer shell is injection molded. And the arms, I thought the arms, so the arms on the S1 are carbon fiber. These look just like plastic injection molded arms. They also are standard stepper motors. The other one's using closed loop. So the good news about not using closed loop is we shouldn't have any of that VFA artifacting that has been happening with the S1, because these are just more traditional motors. The one thing I do like to see, which also is in the S1, is we've got at least one strip of LEDs. I am a sucker for LEDs, and I always am appreciative of any light inside of the printer. All axes are, you don't know how well you can see it there, but they are going to be riding up and down on linear rails. So also something I like to see. So we've got 3 of these. They're all fairly similar, except these ones won't have the light. It looks like there's only one of the panels that has a light. Well, S1, 2 of them has a light. 2 sides have a light, although one of my lights has never worked. I still need to investigate that a little bit further, but check these out. K1's processor and RAM barely meet what is needed for their system. Gosh, my nose. I did get some nasal spray prescribed, and I will say it's been a breath of fresh air. No, no puns intended there. But for whatever reason this morning, of course, it's stream day, and my nose is like, guess what? It's time to get itchy. Okay, let's move this out of the way here. Oops. 1 second here. Let me turn the camera a little bit. Oh. 1 second. Whoa. An itchy nose. Let me try to get this out of the way. There we go. You can't see what's around, but there's just junk everywhere. Well, it's not junk. Projects and printers and such. So, all right, let's get this thing assembled. Well, actually, before we do that, let's take a look under. Uh-oh, buffering issues? Everything looks good on my end. Dropped frame 0, so hopefully not. We did get fiber internet set up last Thursday, so my upload speeds have gone from like 50 up to 750 up, so hopefully we don't have any issues. I think what I'm going to do is, though, it looks like things are just a hair overexposed. I'm going to change. Yeah, I've got my f-stop set. Where are we? This camera. Where is my ring on this camera? Right here. There we go. Okay. So let's just at least crack this open and see if we can't see what is in here. Oops, that's a ribbon cable. I gotta be careful there. You haven't had any? I'll have to reboot. Okay, cool. Not me. Let's see, where is my, here we go. I don't know if there's any other screws. These are all I'm seeing. It looks like the feet are held on. Where are other screws that I'm not seeing? Let's see. This is definitely loose. This is definitely loose. And this is definitely loose. Okay. So there must be... Ah! I'm not sure if I actually needed to loosen those. It looks like the screws are mostly on the top here. So these are really freaking small though. Let's see, is this the right size? God, those are small screws. Yeah, this is the right one. Well, let's try not to strip anything. Oh, oh my goodness, there we go, there we go. Just curious to see what's in here. If I had to guess, I'm gonna guess they're using a MKS board because that seems to be the manufacturer that everybody has gone to for their Clipper printers. I mean, Creality's using their own thing, and I want to say the FLSUN S1 is as well, but we'll see. Okay, did I do what I need to do to take this off? I think I did. Let's not damage anything. There we go. I don't know if I'll be able to get much further than that, folks. I'm not sure. Something tells me that there are bolts underneath this that they covered with the mag sheet. It's kind of a bummer. Let's see. So yeah, I mean, power supply's under here. We've got a small, let me bring you guys around. Hey, Armor. Small breakout board here that has a USB-C cable. I'm not sure what that USB-C port there. So I wonder if you could add something. Maybe that's, you know what, that's probably for the camera. I'm going to assume that's for the camera. Full-size USB port. This is our, it looks like a custom, LCD screen board here. It says CKDZ-DZHXBV 2.2. We've got a, it looks like USB-C going into that. Another small board here with a micro SD card slot. I think the controller is, there's a board, oh, man. I wish we had a better view of this. Sorry, folks. I thought that once I took the bottom off, we'd have, there's another board right here, which you can kind of now see. But it doesn't look like it's the main controller to me. So we'll take off the top. We'll take off the other side. This is the base. We'll take off the other side and see if we can actually see what's inside here. But I'm not seeing what to me looks like the main controller for anything. So let's see if I can remember the orientation on this. I think this was, Shoot. Is this the orientation? I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, this is right. I think. Yeah, that seems right. Yeah, not as exciting as I was hoping for. Where did I put that driver? Okay. You need an endoscope camera. It's funny, I actually do have somewhere in the garage 2 of them. It's for light burn stuff though. We a while back added the ability to we added the ability to use a head-mounted camera for like lasers without enclosures. So typically diode lasers are that main one. So you can get a lower resolution camera and have it basically go around, take a bunch of photos, and then stitch them together. And so I was working on a video for that, but it got put on the back burner. But I do have some endoscopes. It'd be kind of fun to grab. I don't know where they're at right this second, but I'm thinking more for the future. Probably shouldn't tighten these down until I've got them all in. I want to try the Delta printer, maybe the door on Vilta. Yeah, we're going to be building one. Hey, Armor. Also, I don't know if I said hi when you came in. Also, I think you messaged me saying that you DM'd me, and I apologize that I have not seen it. Everyone here pretty much knows, but like my inboxes are always full, and so I usually only get like small windows to actually go through and check them. And because I'm assuming yours is in like pending or needs to be approved because I don't think that we're friends on Discord, I just haven't seen it. So yeah, okay. I will do, now that I've said it out loud, hopefully I'll remember to check it. I apologize for that. I do, after this stream, I got to run to the tire shop. I took the car in the other day and just for general maintenance stuff, and the low pressure tire light was on, and they said they filled the air, but when I left, the light was still on. They said basically, oh, you just got to drive on it a little bit, and it'll, the sensor will trigger, which never happened. So then I thought maybe the guy got distracted and filled all the air in all the tires but one. So I've got a compressor here, so I filled it up. But yesterday, let me put these bottom ones in. Yesterday when I was driving to the store, I noticed it was back on. So I think I've probably got a leak, a minor leak. I don't see anything on visual. I didn't see anything upon a visual inspection. Did I? Oh my God, I tried screwing in, no screw. I didn't see anything upon visual inspection, but I need to take it in because, especially with rain season here, if I've got tire issues, Aaron's mostly the one driving it. I stay here in the dungeon, but I gotta get it taken care of. So I don't know if it's something that's patchable or whether I gotta buy a new tire. So it'll be a shorter-ish stream today just because I gotta get down to a tire shop. And probably wait in line. Leak or dying sensor. It could be, it could be a dying sensor. I won't rule that out. But I can actually verify that. It's the back left tire that was low when I checked the PSI. So if it does show low again, then I'm gonna assume that it's not the sensor, that there actually is an issue. So maybe I'll check that before I leave. So it'll at least give me a better idea of kind of what's going on. Okay, so before I take anything off of here, we got 2 screws. We've got, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 screws, plus this cap. Oh, that's funny. Look at this cute little carbon filter. I don't think it'll really do anything, but it's there. There's also wires running through it. I'm wondering if it's worth opening this up. Do we want to open this up, or do we want to just get this thing assembled and see how it all goes? I'm going to leave it up to chat. I won't do a poll. Let's just see what the general consensus is. The DM on Discord was just me getting a better idea on picking you up. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I will definitely, I'll definitely reply then. I mentioned in the, for 3D Printopia, like I said, I'm fine with anybody picking me up as long as somebody picks me up. Okay, we've got one for opening it up. We've got one for crack on building, so 2 and 1. Just caught flat. I'm waiting on a road. Oh no, sorry, kitten. Pop it up. Okay, that's 2 for 2. Open it. That's 3. All right, we're gonna open it. We've got 3 and 2. This is a democracy, this stream. So, all right, we'll do it really quickly. I won't spend a whole lot of time. I'm not gonna pull the actual tube through, but if I can at least get it tilted on its side. That doesn't seem to be coming out because it's a different size screw and it's not actually screwed into anything, so I don't need to remove it. Hopefully we can, oh yeah, these are the same way. Oh, I think I'm lying. No, they're bolted to something. They're just a different, I don't think this is coming off without me removing those. So we'll start with the size I've got the right one for. I'll do a little pull test here to see if I can get it off with just these ones, but something tells me I'll probably have to remove all the screws. Ah, I'm wrong. Oh, that wasn't so bad. I'm glad we did this. That was much cleaner than I expected. So let's take the wrap off of this. Not exactly sure why this baggie is here. Okay, what do we got? So we've got this is our cooling. This is what's gonna be super, super loud. I think there's a muffler you can print for it, similar to the, words are tough, similar to the VZBot build that we did, but I don't know how much it'll actually help. It's still gonna be quite loud. Hose clamp on it to then, our CPAP tubing, which the other end, this guy is gonna feed onto that tool head that we just looked at. It looks like similar to the other one. Oh! So on the S1, the air is being drawn from the outside, which is kind of a no-no because, well, you don't want to be pushing a bunch of cold air down onto your part, especially if it's not PLA. But this one doesn't look like it's actually popping out the top. So this one is going to be grabbing air from within the electronics bay, which should be warmer air. So that actually seems like a better, looks more like an air raid siren than a venting fan. Why is it screwed into nothing? From the no, it is screwed into something. Ignore me. It's screwed into there's sheet. You can't really see it, but it's screwed into the sheet metal. So like this triangular piece is one, but there's also a flat bracket that's all bolted to. I just more meant that when I put my finger into it, I could feel the threads, so like it wasn't screwed into the injection molded housing. We've got a tiny little fan here, which is on the other end of that little carbon filter that we saw, which. It's cute. I mean, I won't say no to having something, but I mean, it's really not enough surface area to do a whole lot, I wouldn't say. I think I mentioned it, but I actually picked up a pretty decent sized HEPA filter that's now running in the corner of my room, as well as one in the bedroom for allergies. I've been really trying to attack this head on. And then here is our little board. It does have replaceable drivers, although they are heavily, let me show you from this side. Let me zoom out a little bit. Oh, the lighting is awful there. There is a bunch of adhesive on all of them, so getting them out won't be fun if you need to, but they are, at least it looks like, standard step sticks. A pretty small board. We've got, let me put these back on. Pretty small board. I think that something tells me that one of the boards down below, maybe I'm wrong. I wonder, I feel like there must be a tool head board because it looks like there's only, well, no, maybe not. Maybe the wires do just run straight to this because I'm looking at the wires that are going down there and we've got what I'm imagining is probably our thermistor as well as maybe a fan and heater power. And since the CPAP is up here, we don't need to run additional wires. So there might not actually be a tool head board, but yeah, this is a really small board. There is a massive fan on it, which I do appreciate for just pulling heat off of those stepper drivers, but that's really it. Not a whole lot of additional stuff. Ad number 2, okay, and we've been streaming for 40 minutes. Once this ad ends, time it RS. I'm curious if it's 30 minutes or how YouTube's doing it now. So yeah, anybody else have any questions about anything up here before we put it back together? I really don't feel like there's a whole lot of crazy stuff going up here. We've got our CPAP, we've got our carbon filter, and then we've got a tiny little board with some step sticks on it. There's also a tiny breakout board here. I don't actually know what this... Well, there's another cable here, so this has a bunch of pins on it. Maybe this is for the screen? That's what I'm assuming this is for the screen. We've got a USB-C and then another cable, so maybe power and all of our data lines. CPAP like the one I wear to bed. So they call it CPAP. I have sleep apnea and I use a dental device, but I've never had a CPAP. I imagine that they're calling it CPAP, but I would think this is probably not exactly what is being attached to your face. I'm learning. Yeah, so they call it CPAP. I've never like owned one of the devices, so I don't know what the actual motor looks like inside. It's just been called CPAP. Maybe that's because it initially started using a modified CPAP machine. I really couldn't tell you. The hose, yeah, the hose looks similar. I think that's what this is. It's the same sort of stiffer outer coil with kind of like the thinner plastic that joins them together. But the only experience I have with, what we're calling CPAP is on the VZBot build, and that used something similar to this little turbo thing. So, okay, let's go ahead and get this back together and finally get it assembled. Hopefully I can get it back together. Wait a minute, I'm wrong. I am wrong, folks. This is where the CPAP is going into. And if you look at it, those are vents to the outside. So it's the exact same setup as the S1. It is indeed pulling cold air. It is indeed pulling cold air from the outside. So it is the exact same as the S1, which is a bummer because just generally speaking, other than for PLA, we want chamber air being cycled and not, let's see if I can do this without screwing things up now. Great. What have I done? I think it's just this hose that's hot on stuff. Yeah, I think that's it. We're in. So it's going to be noisy. Yes, it is going to be noisy. We can, when this is actually printing, I assume there's probably a test print of sorts. We can take out my phone and check the, noise, the app I have that basically measures decibels. But yeah, it's certainly noisy. I feel like, so with just about everything, there's always trade-offs. Like generally, like beefier motors, you've got more heat, more, depending on how you're running it, more electricity, also more heat. So heat's always a factor. With cooling, the biggest factor, well, you've got weight, which can be an issue. Also, just the ability to mount things like fans, but certainly cooling. One of the bigger issues with cooling has always been noise. Like we've got now the side-mounted fans for things like the Trident or the X1 Carbon, which just allow you to use a much larger fan that blows across the build plate, which is great for cooling. However, it also has added noise. But I would say so far, the CPAP setup is one of, if not the noisiest setups that I've ever ran. The good news is you don't typically have to run it. Like I'm sure the test print will be at 100% because they're gonna go as quick as they can to show off the machine. But generally you can print at a fraction of that, and that does really help. But it's noisy. There's just no way around it. I have a fun CPAP from apnea. I'd be willing to be, you're correct on someone using a modded CPAP. Yeah, I think that's where it started. Most everything, I mean, when I first got into 3D printing, it was a little over 10 years ago now, and we definitely had at that point some specifically designed 3D printing stuff, but a lot of it stemmed from using off-the-shelf components that weren't intended for 3D printing and modifying them to work with it. So something tells me that if I had to guess, that's where it originally came from, was someone took a CPAP device and saw it and was like, that seems like a way to transfer a lot of air, and hacked it up. And then now we've got dedicated products that do these things, so you don't have to buy buy a CPAP machine and hack it up. Gotta run, have a good stream. I'll talk to you later. Hey, sounds great, Armor. Thanks for stopping by. I'm doing it wrong. What is that? What am I doing wrong, Nappin? Tell me. Okay, so we've got our little booklet here. Okay, so we're gonna start with the base. Start with the base. Oh. We've got our base. Back everybody out a little bit here. Place 8, bottom shelf. Okay, so are these, is there stickers on these that tell me what they are? This is, there's a 16 on the motor here. We've got 16, we've got 3, and we've got 12. There's no 8. Okay. Take out the top shelf filament holder, please. Okay, so I lied. First thing it wants us to do is install a filament holder. Place this on top of here. It wanted us to take this out, so why is this stuck? Did I pinch it? Nope, maybe a little bit. This is still twisty tied together. Ad number 2 for me. Okay. Anyone that's getting an ad, see if it's 30 minutes after it. I'm curious to see. Okay, so now it's saying to grab the filament holder. So that's what this is then, number 2. Align the filament holder. Align the filament holder with the screw on the top shell. So it looks like photo kind of sucks. Let's throw the flash drive in and see if there's a bigger PDF that we can all look at so we can figure this out together, because this is, I like having a little booklet, but this is a very small booklet. Camera bracket, MP4, manual, here we go. Okay. Cool. Let's make this bigger because not all of us have fantastic vision. There we go. Pretty happy with my car insurance. Thank you very much. All right, here we go. So, parts kit is what I'm thinking is the filament holder based off the image I'm seeing. Interesting. So the filament holder is just an Allen key? That's kind of bizarre. Okay, so we've got this. Yeah, so it looks like if I match the orientation, so CPAP tube coming out from this direction, and these ones, we've got, are these mirrored? Sure look mirrored to me. Or they look the same, actually. So let's go like this and like this. Oh, that seems right. And then for screws, it says M36. So let's see if we've got these in the bag. 30 after, okay, so 30 minutes. Yep, so it seems like the ad frequency is the same. It's just dropping them at random times, which is odd. M36, cool, this is what this is. So we need 4 little screws. Yeah, it's much easier to see. Imagine looking at that image, but you know, 1/8 of the size. It's very difficult to make out what the heck it is that they want you to do. These are not the right size. Kind of annoying. They went with 3 different sized screw heads. Let's see. Are you the right one? You are. Yay. Okay. Alrighty. So these are slotted, so we can just loosely put those in. Okay. Just gonna like kind of hand tighten these. I don't know, since they're slotted, I don't know if I need to adjust them at all to get that Allen key in, so we'll not go too wild. Ooh, I'm gonna remind everybody, if you have not done so already, hit the like button. Okay, there is actually a little plastic inner tab, so although they are slotted, it doesn't seem like we'll need to adjust them. I just saw that on the inside lip here. There's basically a small tab that indexes with the opening. Okay, so we got those installed. Oh, let's look at this big picture. Insert the filament holder pins. Insert the filament holder pins into the filament holder in direction shown. I don't know why we're calling it a pin. This looks like an, oh, I guess it's not quite an Allen key. So it wants us to go from this angle. It looks just like an Allen key. I don't hate this though. It's a little jank. There's no denying. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can see it. It's a little feels a little hacky, but yeah, just this little, you know, basically an Allen key without anything on the ends. And it slides in like that and then locks into place so it can't come out. So, filament holder complete. Awesome. Now we can move on to the next section, which is putting the arms on. Place number 8 bottom shell. Oh, okay, we did that. Insert 3 x-axis as shown in the figure below. So this is where, where's the front? So I'm gonna assume that this is from the front view. Looks like it. Hey, nice. Happy Wednesday. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that's right. The thing that's odd to me is, so this is what's odd to me. If I look in this cubby, or this pocket here, we've got some cables. So I'm assuming these probably all need to come out. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So let's just push this forward right now. But yeah, it says number 8 here. Oh, that's okay. So number 8 for the base. So it should say insert 3, number 3. And I see a 16. Okay, we do have a 3. Cool. Labels are right. User error as usual. So the motor is going to be at the top, it looks like. Hey, Da Vinci, what did you miss? Not a whole lot. A little bit of rant, a little bit of classic beginning of stream modbot rant. And then we did take apart just the top to take a look, and there wasn't, I mean, nothing too nutty in there. Cool, that seems like we've fully seated it. Insert in the, okay, so we're not actually tightening anything down yet. We're just attaching things. So, oops, let's be careful with you. So now we need number 12, which is you right here. Number 12 is going on this side. So we'll do the same thing again. Are we pinching our cable? We are not. There's another small cable here. We are not bottoming out though. There we go. Just need a little oomph. Okay, and then the last one clearly goes into the remaining slot, which is in the very back. I still need to remove some tape from this, but I'll leave it in place right now. And there we go. Okay, so we have got, show from the front, our 3 towers are standing, and I assume now we're going to be, nope, we're not doing screws yet. We're placing the top on next. So front orientation is just like this, and then it's gonna slide on. Okay, so there are quite a few, oops, you can't see that because I'm showing the wrong camera. There's some wires up here that we got to take care of. There we go. So let's pull these out to not damage them. This side, same thing. so. And this one, I screwed up on the front one. So let me, instead of moving the camera around and giving everybody motion sickness, I'm gonna walk around, lift this back up, pull these cables down and through out of the way, and now we should be able to, hopefully, yep, push down, push down. Man on the Croc, thank you for 6 months. Just got in, what did I miss? Now working nights, man, how's that been? How are you adjusting to the, I feel like the hardest part is getting acquainted to the, modified sleep schedule. You didn't miss a whole lot. Didn't miss a whole lot. A little bit of ranting, a little bit of, we tried cracking open the bottom shell, didn't actually see a whole lot. It was the, it looks like they mounted the bed plate and then placed a magnet over it, so I had no easy way to remove the big center. But then we did take a look at the bottom and, no, I'm sorry, we took a look at the top and we saw the CPAP. The bummer is they're still using the same CPAP setup as on the S1, where air is being pulled from outside of the printer, which means it's going to be, you're going to want to run it very, very low for ABS, because the cold air is certainly going to make things warp if you're going just bananas with it. But aside from that, what else did we have out there? We had our, CPAP. We had there's a tiny little carbon filter, which is more a checkbox than anything. And then our control board, our controller, which had a big fan on it. So next we're using M4 1224s, M4, what did I say? M4 12s, yep. And we need a bunch of these, so I assume this is largely going to be all of this. Is this another size screw that I need, or is this gonna work? Nope, it's a 4th screw size. Okay. Take back what I said about not having too many screw sizes. Oh, and I finally grabbed the wrong one. There we go. Okay, I'll bring you down. Bring you down. Oh, sorry everybody. A little bit of slam action there. All right, I'm just gonna put everybody off to the side while I work on this. Hey, Aaron's here, how's it going? Hey, Mr. Melted. Is the CPAP moddable though, like Nero 3D did on the S1? I couldn't see why not. I mean, the top shell is just injection molded, so I see no reason why you couldn't, and there was space up there, so I don't see any reason why you couldn't print out some kind of revised bracket. I won't be doing that, at least, I leave everything as stock as possible for as long as possible, usually. Oh, what the? Okay, we're gonna need a different Allen key for that. But yeah, for anyone that is interested, I would say that you can certainly modify it. We are not, oh, we are tightening, cool. We don't build houses with tall enough ceilings in here for that. This ceiling is actually a lot lower than our downstairs ceiling, which makes me kind of sad. I originally wanted to mount lights to the ceilings, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I will mount cameras though, or a camera to the ceiling at some point here. It's been okay so far. I've done night before, so I kind of know. Okay, gotcha. Does your schedule shift quarterly then, or how does that work? Or did you basically, state that you wanted to go back onto Graves? And me without my Dramamine. Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly go around and tighten these in. Try not to strip because I'm pretty sure I'm just screwing in through sheet metal, but I could be wrong. Okay. I'm gonna really quickly tighten these just a hair more. I think I was a little too gentle. If I can find the screw head. Hello. Okay, we're not finding that one. Okay, we're not finding that one either. Also, oh, there we go, found one. I just realized also there's actually 4 screws per. Oh, this goes in at a weird angle. There we go. Okay, so there's actually 2 more down below for all of these. So I'm gonna continue. Let's actually get I'm gonna get the far side in just to make sure everything is somewhat aligned before I start clamping things down, and then have to remove screws when I realize that something's not aligned properly. So let me... Yep, seems like I did an okay job of pushing these into place. Did music end, or is it still going? No, it looks like it's still going. I've got the combination of that HEPA filter in the corner and the fan, AC overhead. It's hard for me to hear. So somebody yell at me if the music ends up once the playlist ends, so I can switch to something else. Hey Luke, how's it going? I saw the turtle box that you posted maybe yesterday. That thing looks freaking sweet. So yeah, I've got, let's see, 4, 8, 12, 24 screws I got to put in. It's the exact same up top, so I'm open to any and all rants or subject matter right now. If anybody has anything they want to chat about, this is fortunately something that doesn't require a whole lot of focus. I should have a couple of them at 3. Nice. I can't wait to see them in person. It's definitely on my, when I saw, it's funny actually, because I saw the creator post, or like on Twitter, theirs, and then I happened to scroll down like 2 more and I was like, oh, there's Luke's. So it's certainly something that I plan on building. I'm hoping there'll be kits. I imagine there's gotta be kits, either Fabrico or LDO, somebody's gonna make a kit, but regardless, it's one that I would even be willing to self-source if it came down to it. But we're a ways away from that. We've got the LDO positron next, followed by the boron Velta, or no, Doron Velta, and then we still need to rebuild the Mark IVs, the Mark IVs with the ABS parts, as well as the enclosure. We got plenty of stuff to do, so I'm not in a rush. Okay. All right, bottom's done. Let's take everybody, might just pan the camera up. No, that's a that is a long distance. It'll look like I'm in the next dimension. Here we go. No, well, that's fine. We'll go with that. No, that's the next step. Imagine that this and the panels will take the longest, and then we'll be booting up. Why are we not? There we go. God, poor hands, dude. Oh, you are building a tiny, yes. Yeah, FLSUN sent a kit probably a month ago now. The MMU3 took a little bit longer than expected. I thought it was gonna be like 2 streams, and then I forgot we had to do this one, and so yeah, it got pushed back a bit. My contact's also no longer with the company, which, man, the turnover rate, I don't know if it's that a lot of the 3D printing companies overseas just like fire people over nothing, or what the deal is, but like, I feel like with not all companies, like Creality just recently happened, but I had a contact at Creality for years, and it's really nice like having the same contact because you sort of know them and build up some rapport and have some stuff to talk about. But like with a lot of companies, it's just, I feel like I have a contact for 3 weeks, and then, you know, they might, oh shit, oh, I tripped. You know, then I get an email that my colleague's taking over as I'm moving on to a new company or, you know, something. So my Doron shouldn't take much longer. Oh yeah, I saw the photo actually that you posted. It looked like you got the frame done, and then I think a little bit more. I also saw you're selling your K3. Speaking of noise, Aaron built a, oh gosh, what can I think? Sorry, my hand's hurting. A NX K3, and spent a lot of time on it. Looks like just got it dialed in, and then I saw I posted that is potentially selling it because of the noise factor. Don't use the CPAP upside down unless you don't want to print faster than 300 millimeters a second. Are you saying don't use it? Oops. Don't use it as is, or you're saying don't modify it to be upside down? Computer companies are like that too. My Dell sales rep changed it 3 times last year. Do we know though? Are people getting fired? Like, is it that what it is, or is it just? Oh no! Why is this screw not going in? Come on, there we go. Just use the silencer. Gotcha. I will definitely use. Ow, I will definitely use the silencer at the very least. Oh, the rat rig's louder? I've got the V-Core. I'm going to be swapping out to the retail toolhead on it because I've got the Rocky Mountain, early one that's got the inductive probe. So I'm swapping it out, getting new hot end. I got the parts, I need the time, and get it set up with Beacon. But I haven't noticed it being super loud, but then again, it's in the garage. There's a lot more room for the noise to sort of escape versus up here, and it's the garage, so it doesn't bug me as much. What's the noisiest aspect of it? I'm just curious, because I know the V-Core definitely doesn't have the V-Core definitely doesn't have CPAP, so I'm wondering what the noise factor is that you're experiencing. VZBot, I totally agree. That thing screams at you. All right, 3 more screws and we're done with this screw simulation, and probably on to the next screw simulation. Okay, that screw definitely did not go in very well, so I'm going to back out these 3 in hopes it'll give me a little wiggle room to get this aligned. It's pretty loud, especially when PLA. Can you keep the door? Okay, gotcha. I've exclusively done ABS and ASA on it, so it doesn't feel like it went in quite as far, but I'm gonna round it further. Gosh. Anybody else, I know that there's quite a few people here that build a lot of printers. Do your hands get sore? Hands are always just hurting. Okay, last 2 screws on this side. Maybe the screw did go in. Actually, this one felt like it was about the same depth. And this one feels like it's going in much further, or it's not going in at all. That's why. Oh. Okay, this one's not going in. It's always the last screw. Dear God. There you go. Oh, okay. That one's definitely going in now. That one's going in as well. I'm gonna switch to my left hand for a sec here. Okay, cool. Luke agrees with me. Yeah, it's just my freaking hand. This one's not going in now. Are you serious? What are we doing? Come on, screws. Okay, I got it in. Give me one. I need 1 second. Seriously. On the K3, it's the motors. Okay, gotcha. K3 doesn't like to go slow. It gets even louder under 125 millimeters per second movements. It's 48 volts, right? And running. What are the steppers that are running in it? V-Core part cooling fan is I do know it's a beefy fan. I'm running, on the takeoff tool head, I'm running 2 Delta fans, which are pretty loud, but with ABS, I haven't actually taken them above 20%, and it's definitely not awful at 20%. Okay. Well, that was fun. Whew. What's next? Take out the effector. M3 M356 and M336. M3, those are 512s. These are M3. Oh, it's saying M3 by 5, 6 of them. Okay, so we've got M3 by 6. Okay, so the M3 by 3 are the set screws. And the M3 by 5, yep, these ones. They've got Loctite on them too, which is nice. They're pre-Loctited, so. All right. Pre-adjust the screws 1 to 2 turns to the effector hanging platform. Okay, so we're gonna insert them. Where's the effector? Here it is. So I take it to the front is with the logo. Okay, so we're just going to start with these screws. And it looks like, based off this image, the outermost are set screws and the inner are screws, like actual socket head screws. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's start with these ones. Okay, and I said that the outermost were going to be, we'll do 1, 2 turns. It's a little more than 2 turns, but that's okay, I think. It's hot up here. Okay, last 2 socket heads. Okay, so now we're moving on to the set screws. These I do not want to lose, so let's be careful. There's 12 of them, which makes me think we need all of them, and they didn't give us a spare, so I've really got to be careful. Okay, this is the right size. One, two. One, two. Oh, let's not drop it. One, two. Okay, final one for now. One, two. Okay. So we did that. Now we need to take out the isolation column, insert the isolation column to the parallel arm ball pin in the direction shown. Insert the parallel arm ball pin. Parallel arm ball pin. Is this a gasket? Okay, let's take out one of these arms. Yeah, it looks like. Let's remove just all of these. It looks like they've already got the little ball swivel pins in them, but based off the image, it looks like we need to insert gaskets. Let's see, let's read this really quickly here. Take out the isolation column, insert the isolation column to the parallel arm ball pin in the direction shown in the illustration. Insert parallel arm pin. Please note the parallel arm ball pin plane faces upward. Okay. The other 5. Doesn't this look like, that's a thing there. It looks like a gasket. And it does have gaskets here, but it doesn't call it out. So, do we assume that's where the gaskets go? So sure as hell looks a lot like a gasket to me. I can't tell. I just don't see why would they have something there if there wasn't intended to be something. Like, look, it came with these little guys, these gaskets. And I think that it would make sense that they would go there. I don't know. The thing that I don't know is orientation. It actually looks like there's a little lip in this image. Let's see. No, there's not. Oh, wait. No, I'm wrong. It's called the isolation column. Install the isolation column onto the pair. Okay, yeah. So they're not the gaskets. It's these guys. These small, small little metal pieces go on each of the pins. So we need to make sure we do that. So lots of small things with here. So definitely want a, just to be careful. So let's move the whole printer a little bit. So if this is going like this, these are going to go into here, but we need the little isolation columns first. Okay. And I'm scared about dropping these on accident, so let's see if we can figure this out. So this is the front. Pin is going in. Wow. That takes quite a bit of force. There we go. Okay. Well, the good news is, so I'm not going to actually tighten anything down yet. Let's get all of these installed. Will I be able to get the driver down actually into this? I lied. Let's do them one at a time. I'm also going to turn off the autofocus because it's going a little bit nutty. There we go. That works. Okay, so let's first tighten down the set screws. Okay, that feels like it's stripped. Let's not over tighten them. Did I say that's nutty? Was chat not working? I just assumed everyone was being really quiet. I didn't know chat wasn't working. I just thought, man, this is a really quiet stream. Maybe it was something I said. That's funny. Yeah, I can see chat now. Woo! All right, quick baby break and sandwich break. I guess chat stopped working. Ooh, sandwich. Thank you. I'm probably gonna try to power through this and then inhale the sandwich when we get the first print going. Hold on, baby. All right, we got Jack time. Come here, baby. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Big boy. Oh. Jack's here. What is that? Is that a big printer? Yeah, look at that. Whoa. See this hose? Look at the CPAP. Woo. Woo. That's weird. So I guess chat wasn't working. Must be solar flares or something. That's my microphone, baby. We don't press the microphone. Yeah, I thought chat was just really quiet. You can print another Jack in that thing. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Yeah, he just had his 18-month checkup on Monday, and he is 24. No, he is 2 feet 8 inches. Yeah. So 4 inches shy of 3 feet. What do you see, baby? What is it? The buttons? All right, I'll let you press one button.
Uh-oh. Remember last time? You pressed all the different buttons.
He loves buttons. Oh, whoa. Is that cool? He says, I'm just practicing my streaming, Dada. Yeah, Is that cool? You have a good nap?
Like, okay, well, I guess I'll grab it and bring it.
No, good job, baby. No more, baby. All right. Jack, say hi really quick. Lisa says she draws the line when ads run during Jack time. Can you turn off my mic? No. That's my microphone, baby. You want me to mic you up? You're gonna have to say a few words. Yeah. You say dada? Huh? Can you show them? You can say dada, mama? Huh? What is it? What do you see? What do you see? Okay, Daddy's gonna get back to it because he has been dragging butt. Whoa! Whoa! Alright, here's mama. 1, 2, and 3! Oh, don't drop your milk, baby. Thank you for visiting. I'll see you in a little bit, okay? Okay, so we got a delicious sandwich. I'm gonna try to, oh, it looks so good. I'm gonna try to power through. I will. I'll give it like 10 minutes. Let's see how much we can kick some butt on here. Okay. I need to stop watching your channel now. I realize every time, Jack, that I'm getting older. How do you think I feel? Oh, let me put on this. Yeah, he did much better. The last doctor's visit was his 15-month, and that was horrible. This one wasn't great, but it was at least a little better. And he got his final required shot until he is 4. So that's a perk. 3 ads about 30 minutes. Okay, that sounds right. Jack does not count against the squirrel count for the stream. Yeah, he's awesome. He's super cool. I gave Erin a break yesterday and watched him for an hour so she could nap, and we were playing out back, and I took him for a walk down to the mailbox, and there was one of the neighbors was installing irrigation. He was like trenching, and Jack was stopping and yelling at him and waving, and I said, oh, you got your project inspectors arrived. All right, let's move you guys a little bit over here. So we're gonna do our next set of arms. Let's pull these down like so. And then I'm gonna put these, let's put the pins on. 1 pin on there, 1 pin on here. Yeah, that's really weird about the chat though. I just honestly thought like, I guess like everyone's just real quiet today or something. I should have known. Should have known somebody would have said something, but I just thought, huh, who knows? Oh, dear God, the tension is real. There we go. Okay, second one is in. I'm probably gonna have to use Allen keys, I think, to tighten these down because the angle is getting a little difficult. Let's see. My boys are 24 and 13. Oh man, diapers. Yeah, no, we're still there. We've got. He's our 18-month-old, and it's all we've got, at least for now. Initially, like, I mean, I've been with Aaron. Man, we're going on. I think we're coming up on 9 years of dating, and it'll be 3 years of marriage this next year. But she always wanted 3 kids, and I always was like, no, 3 is too many. Like 2 is a good number because I always had me and my brother. And then after Jack, it changed to like, okay, like that's it, we're done. Oh, come on. But now, I think that we'd like for him to have a sibling. Pretty sure I got an ad for Domino's. Oh gosh, then they've got my demographic. Okay, so I'm trying to be gentle on the set screws. I don't think, so realistically, the set screws seem like it's a little overkill. You've already got the standard M3 screws biting in, but they're good to have. I'm not gonna say no to extra security on these from not being able to move, but you definitely want to be careful because they're so small to not strip them, because if you ever need to take it apart and you've got stripped set screws, well, that sounds like a horrible time. Okay, so last one is the back one. I'm just going to undo the belt clip. Kind of funky feeling belts. They don't feel like they're kind of like, I don't know, they're thicker belts, but they feel kind of cheap. They feel like kind of cheapo belts. Definitely don't feel like the regular like glass reinforced fiber Gates belts I'm used to. Wife and I talked about having 2, but after first we decided one was good. Yeah, I think my attitude towards it is sort of like we're incredibly thankful for our little jackalope. And if that's what it ends up being, then, that's what it ends up being, so. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Ah! Let's not drop the last. It's always the last one that gets me on everything. There we go. This one. There we go. There we go. Okay. Final one's in. Let me tighten down these last couple of set screws. How old's your kiddo, Hobo? I don't remember. I think you've probably said before. Jack doesn't. Yeah, I read that. 3 ads so far. 30 minutes apart. Also got that. Oops. Oh, hopefully I didn't strip that one. There's a really like fine line with small set screws like this between that snug and you've gone too far. That margin is a little thinner than I would like. Okay, that's as tight as we're going. Give me my Allen key back, please. Another ad 5 minutes later. That's bizarre, Lisa. I don't know. I haven't changed it. Like, it's on literally the lowest it can be, which is, it's not balanced, it's conservative. So I don't know what the heck. That is annoying though. I do not like every 5-minute ads. Once every half an hour is what it's been, and that I'm like, that's fine. But every 5 minutes sucks. You got the same? I didn't change the settings. YouTube changed the settings. Yeah, I can show you, I'll show you the back panel, kind of what I saw this time. I'm probably gonna take a 5-minute break here and inhale this sandwich. I can munch on the chips while we build, but Aaron made a delicious like hoagie sandwich with some like sandwich oils, and I don't want the bread to get all soggy. But yeah, let me show you the back end here. Here we go. So 97 viewers, 46 likes. If you have not hit the like button, please do. Let's get up to 70, I believe. But yeah, this is what I never saw this before today. Viewers may see ads at different times to maximize your revenue. They gave me no say-so in that. Let's see if I click view, learn more. Viewers to maximize revenue will show ads. Use the delay ads button to set ad-free moments. Okay, so it lets me pause, or like it lets me delay an ad. Like, so if I go insert ad. GPs, 12 months, man. Thank you very much. Here. So I can delay ads. So if I click the delay button, like when Jack shows up, it starts a 10-minute timer. So, oh, you can't see that. There's basically a timer now, so there won't be an ad for the next 10 minutes. But that's all. That's literally the level of control that I have. So, hopefully nobody minds. But yeah, I'm gonna try to eat this fairly quickly here. This looks so good. Yeah, I had a bag of trail mix before this, and it's now 12:30. That's all I've had today, so I'm just it helped me power through and give me the energy I need. She brought a paper towel too. Perfect. Nice. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, man. Let's see. We'll do this. Gotta do a squirrel for nice and a Hadouken. Thank you, nice. That's not a sandwich, that's a... Okay, Collie. It's a sub, alright? I still haven't fixed the label maker either, man. Yeah, for the live streams, the options on ads are basically like conservative, which is what I used. Then balanced, which is supposed to be like a bit more than that. And then there's a third tier I don't think I've ever even read because it's probably so aggressive that I've never, the only one I've ever used intentionally is conservative. Back to work in gym. Nice. After 8 months off, get it, man. I've been making excuses for, I feel like, years now. So that's awesome. The sandwich looks amazing. It is really good. So we've got shredded lettuce with sandwich oil. It's on a hoagie roll. We've got some, I don't know what kind of cheese this is. It's like a white and orange cheese. Tomato. This looks like turkey breast. A little bit of mustard. I can't tell if there's mayo. I don't think she wanted mayo. Maybe a hair of mayo. Yeah, it's really good. And then salt and vinegar chips, because I love salt and vinegar chips, which I feel like is another thing like pineapple pizza where you either love salt and vinegar chips or you absolutely hate salt and vinegar chips. My mom raised me on salt and vinegar chips, so. Okay, we're halfway. So the sandwich oil, I haven't looked at the actual bottle. Aaron got it, but I used to work at a deli and it was an Italian deli. And I used to make tons of subs and it's sort of reminiscent of that. If I had to guess, it's a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of vinegar, and then it looks like some fine, some herbs, or yeah, like herbs, dried herbs in there as well. I put the chips in the hoagie. What's the sandwich? It's turkey. Salt, okay, cool. So we've got some salt and vinegar, top tier, cool. But then we also have Ken, salt and vinegar chips are yuck. Yeah, that's been my experience. The thing I like about that though is growing up, if I ever had salt and vinegar chips, like you have a bag of chips and you're like out or at work or something, somebody's like, hey, let me have some chips. But if it's salt and vinegar, I've got like at least a 50-50 shot that whoever asks for chips has no interest in my chips. And so there's definitely some, the perk of the, distaste in salt and vinegar chips. Fresh salt and vinegar chips along with the lettuce just make the hoagie so crunchy. I might try that sometime. I'm not gonna try it today, but I might try it sometime. I do get the appeal of a good crunch. The lettuce kind of provides that though. This is pretty crispy lettuce. I'll eat a chip and then have a bite. She's a keeper. Yeah. I would say so. Salted chips. Salt and vinegar or just regular salted chips? Okay, we're like 2 bites away from getting back to work. Are you sure you don't get offers in doing unboxings of cooking equipment? I don't. I get a lot of offers, but it's usually like mostly tech, but like that's a very broad category. I get like toothbrush ad or people reaching out for toothbrush sponsorships. Like robot vacuums is another common one. Regular salt, no vinegar. They're missing a trick. Tostitos, hint of lime. Oh, dude. Oh, I haven't had them with Pex peppers, but Tostitos with a hint of lime, bomb. We used to get those too a lot. I don't even eat dip. Like those are solid chips. Okay. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna run. The bathroom's literally like 10 feet in front of me. I'm gonna wash my hands because that sandwich oil will get all over everything. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. Oh, it's echoey. Okay, let's get this freaking printer printing. Every time I'm like, oh, it's just a little unboxing stream. It'll be quick. I'm like, oh, it's me though. Okay. Also in 23 minutes, we'll open up our Polymaker filament giveaway. So we did this. Let's back out a little bit. The installation of the parallel arm and effector is now complete. Fantastic. We've already trimmed down our wires for the CPAP, so we shouldn't. Is this a sticker? Yeah, this is the. Take out the effector, cut off the fixing, assign the air duct to the interface in the effector. To prevent it from breaking, please be careful. Please be careful not to rotate the air duct. Wait, I just washed my hands. I would have taken the mic off if I was going to the restroom or something like that. I just washed my hands. I promise. I pinky promise. I was not. No funny business. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to you guys. Okay, so tube is going in. It says to align it, but I don't see really. I don't really see. Align the air duct with the interface in the effector and press it down. Okay. I don't know how far down. Oh, there we go. Maybe a little twist action. There we go. Okay. So yeah, twist it back and forth. That bottomed it out. So now we've got our air. I appreciate it. Nice. Yeah. I knew I was mic'd up though. I wouldn't do that to you all. Install the effector cord. Okay. I can do that. Effector cord. Orientation matters. Let's see. Looks like it goes like this. Ugh. Okay. And then 2 screws to hold them in place. M3 by 6s, which are probably, yep, these little guys. We're getting there. I mean, yeah, I'll put the panels on for let's do the whole thing. I was gonna say, I don't really even need to put the panels on for a PLA test print, but we'll do it. Let's see what this thing is like. Pinky promise, only after washing hands. Yes. Come on, this is, we've got some levels of sanitation around here. Let's not break the plastic. It doesn't need to be super tight. That seems like plenty of ugga-duggas. No, we haven't seen today yet so far. Steve, at least. Someone. All right. Install the camera and light. Okay. Take out the camera. Camera is in my hand. Hold the camera parallel to the camera catch, push it backwards and snap it in tightly. Okay. Where is that? So if this is the front, the camera, gosh, I'm gonna take this off. I don't want to damage our screen cable. Okay, so I believe there's some little cutouts right here, and this seems to be the correct question I've got is, though, how do I prevent it from pinching? Oh, here we go. There's a little suction for the cable. Okay, so it says basically just shove it in. So you are like that, you are like that, you are like that. I can't see what's happening. I wouldn't really call it a snap. It's like a gentle insert. Hey, Pulo, is it poop? Wait, what, the printer? Summon Steve. Last time I worked with a Delta printer was a nightmare. It was years ago, but I haven't. Yeah, I feel that. Just for fun, quick trip down memory lane. Oops. Dot. Okay, let's go quick trip down memory lane. When the A1 G-Tech. Nope, that's not how you spell G-Tech. This was my first. Oh, look at it's little me.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Daniel from my
from humble beginnings. Look at that. It wasn't even in focus. And I had a huge knife. But yeah, this was the first Delta printer that I ever tested, and I don't think I ever actually got it working either. It was all acrylic, and it was awful. It was just really, really bad. Delta Part 3. This is probably the last one. Nope, we streamed this too. I don't remember streaming this build. But yeah, I mean, it was basically the only rigidity was the linear rods from top to bottom, and we're talking, I don't know, what is that, like a 6 or 7 millimeter thick acrylic panel. So yeah, I get it. I also had a very, very poor experience with Deltas, and after that, stayed away from them for quite a while. Okay, so we need to connect these. See a tiny little, I don't know, I don't really like that. Oh, I guess it kind of tucks out of the way. Yeah, its Big Brother wasn't great, so I'm wondering. Yeah, the Big Brother, so it seems like they're getting close to fixing the issues with the Big Brother. At least so the primary issue I had above all was there's some very nasty VFAs that are stemming from, I believe, the closed loop steppers. And so they actually just sent me, I'm not under NDA for it, so I can say it, but they just sent me an update this morning showing the before and after. I'm not going to show the email, but I'll show you the photo I was sent. So it seems like, based off the vibe of the email, that it's not going to require any hardware changes. It's just going to be a firmware update. So there's still some VFAs, actually. Can I open this image? Let's just download these. So this is before and after. So there's clearly still some level of VFA, like you can see it here, this curved. But compared to what I've been getting, this like uniform, just gross looking pattern on all the prints, this is a pretty substantial step forward. I could live with these parts and I could use these for builds, but this is what I've been getting in the test prints I've done, and they're gross looking. Like, it's just not what you'd expect out of a premium printer in 2024. So I am happy to see that they have made some progress, but yeah, it still seems like it's work in progress. But I'm happy that they are indeed working on it and not just saying that they are, so. Okay, so next up is the USB-C port. I bought the Eddie Probe a few months ago, still hesitant to install my 2.4. Yeah, I haven't played around with it. Someone asked about it just the other day. I think it was Matthew maybe, and I haven't, this is kind of a big USB-C cable for going, oh wait, no, it's not gonna move, so yeah, this is a really big USB-C cable for such a small area. I guess there's kind of space still, so. All the printers are issues at release lately. Yeah, I didn't have issues with the V400 as far as I can remember. I don't remember them. Hey, RH3D, how's it going? Happy Wednesday. They're just saying that the S1 came out like this. I agree. I agree. I wish they had just held off until it was more dialed in. It needed profiles, it had some firmware issues, and the artifact, I don't know how the hell that got past testing. The funny thing is, I told them about the artifacting very early on, and their response to me, plug in the limits. Okay, so we're gonna connect the motors. I'm just gonna do front cam. Their response to me when I told them about that was that hold on, what is going on here? Was that I needed to run input shaping. And I get it, like, I mean, I get it as a, tech support, try the simple stuff, but I'm like, listen, people, I've been 3D printing for a long time, and I get it. There's things that it could be, but this is a uniform pattern across the entirety of the part. This is not ringing. This is not, we're not seeing any changes in it as it goes. It is a very consistent across the board thing. So I'm glad that we have since moved on from that, and that they did at least acknowledge that, no, there is certainly issues. But yeah, the first reply to me was just kind of like, really? You don't think I ran input shaping? Okay, so we connected the motors. Remove the X-axis cover plate. What is that? Oh, it wants us to literally remove the plate. There's definitely, it's calling it the X-axis, but so it's gonna be this guy right here. It's impressive how much TMC Auto-Tune can remove stepper VFAs. Yeah, so I was talking to Steve about the Clipper script. Steve actually recommended it to me the other day. I hadn't actually heard of it prior to Steve mentioning it. And he said, he did, I think, some initial testing and said that the results were really promising. So I am intending to, how many screws do I gotta remove? One, it looks like just 3. I'm intending to try it on the VZBot because the VZBot is the one printer that I've always had some VFA issues with. So I am hoping I at least see an improvement. So we'll see. probably also a mechanical issue on the printer. There was large issues with the V0 flip. Oh yeah, I do remember the fulfillment because I actually had some people reach out to me that were pretty upset about it, and I was like, I don't really know what to tell you. I had asked. I mean, I always will reach out to the company, so I did. And honestly, it's been probably 2 years now, so I couldn't tell you. Bless you. Aaron's sneezing. I don't remember what they said, but I do remember that the fulfillment kept getting pushed back, which is not good. Especially when you've taken, as far as I'm aware, they took everybody's money and then sat on it for months. All right, plate came off. Remove the 3 screws, great. Remove the X-axis cover plate, great. Lift upward and straighten the main wiring and USB-C cable. Oh, this guy. Yeah, I forgot about this. So I think that, never mind, I don't know actually what I think when it comes to this. That's kind of a large printer. Footprint wise it is. Deltas are always like, they're certainly not the most space. One second here. Lift upward and straighten the moving wire to type C that was removed from the groove on the bottom. And then insert the cables in the corresponding ports on the underside of the upper case. Okay, so that's why there's that USB-C cable. I can't see what the hell I'm doing here. Yeah, Deltas, I mean, one of the cons of Deltas is that they're not very space friendly. Is that the word I'm looking for? They don't like, because they need room for the arms and there you are. Room for the arms and the towers, they take up space. Granted, it's mostly in height, which I feel like oftentimes people can spare more of. Okay, so they don't show, this is a right angle USB, so it clearly can't go that way. It has to go, dear God, this is tight. Oh. It's quite tight. Okay. I take it we're going to be placing that cover back on. Take out the cable holder, pinch the center, snap with, okay, so there must be cable holder number 2. So I take it we're, oh no, it's gotta go like this. Okay. I don't know that I have. Okay, oh, no. It is really tough for me to see what I'm doing. It says to pinch the center. There we go. Okay, I think I've got it in. And then there are some screws to secure that into place. It doesn't say what I'm supposed to use to lock them into place though. Then put the X-axis cover back with T.9, T2.9. Efficient, that's the word. They don't make efficient use of space. Okay. Let's get this cover back on. I actually like that there's not really slack for this cable. It should hopefully make this. Where are the holes? Okay. So this cable needs to be turned sideways, it appears. There we go. Sorry, I'm gonna shove my head in your way right now for a sec. There we go. Okay, so it has to be pushed into the channel. Now I should be able to grab this, and I think it will just go. Let's not break anything. The difficulty I'm running into right now is I have a very bright light in my face. So trying to see what the heck I'm doing is not very fun. There's a zip tie on the bottom that's sort of preventing this from being able to go in. Please go in. Come on, buddy. I'm almost tempted to cut this zip tie because it's totally blocking. I'm gonna grab a flathead. Also, 5 more minutes and we'll open up the giveaway. I need a screwdriver of sorts. This might work. Damn zip tie. I spoke too soon about me liking that there wasn't slack. Maybe I can get the zip tie to go on this side. Come on, buddy. Dude, I think I'm gonna cut. Or is that not a zip? That's not a zip tie. That's okay. That is not a zip tie. That is a heat insert. Or not a heat insert. Oh, I bent it. God, this is not fun, this part. Yeah, it's not a heat insert. It's a, what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Cable sleeving. It's a heat shrink. It's heat shrink. It's a beefy heat shrink, and that's why it's putting up a fight. And I don't know that I'm gonna be able to get this thing around it. Let's see if I put. Sucks. It is rough, yeah. I wish I had, if I had a little, I liked that there wasn't slack, but I could use a little more slack right about now. Because of how wide it is, it's just not, this needs to basically wrap around it. And also, heat shrink's pretty grippy. Oh, baby, come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Dude, it feels like it wants to go now. Oh, I got it. No, that's not right either. I am goofing. I am goofing. I don't think it's supposed to go in there at all. I think it's supposed to go... Am I doing this the wrong way completely? It doesn't... No, can't be. I got it. It doesn't feel very intuitive the way that this bar goes in. All right, let's get the screws in this and never take it off again. Woo! With all jump doesn't really influence everything. Wait, what? Big package, shut up. Thank you, Joseph, for the $5 donation. Sorry about the dogs barking. You said with all-wheel drive, belt tension will really influence everything you have because you have a belt length and pitch is between two pulleys. That I don't know if that's clear. Thank you, Delilah. Thank you, baby. I hear him. I know we got people. I know there's someone here. Yeah, the weird thing is with the VZ-Bot, if that's what, I don't know if that's what that's referring to. Sorry, I got really derailed by this cover. Steve also has the same issue as me. Hey, you wanna go downstairs, Mama? You wanna go investigate? Here. Come on, pretty girl. She's out to get someone. Is that me and Steve both did them the exact same way, which was based off of like how we were told to set the all-wheel drive setup. So I don't know. It definitely, like, you have to set, oh god, my arm is just here. You definitely have to set the motors correctly to make sure the teeth are aligned. It does definitely matter. Is that what I think it is? Yes, I think it is, hun. We got a new desk. I'm getting a slightly longer and wider desk so I can put my monitors side by side because I've got really bad posture and having stacked monitors is just destroying my neck. So Aaron's getting the desk up here and FlexiSpot set another desk. So there will be a FlexiSpot ad in a upcoming video. I love their desks. Like they're, especially the frame and motors, they are built incredibly well. I've been using them now for at least the last few years. In our previous space, I had less room, so I had to go with a really small size desk. And so this one's gonna go into the bedroom, so Aaron's got a desk. Yeah, doggo upset. Doggo definitely upset. I hope it didn't pull out the USB-C cable. That's gonna be fun to find out in a moment here. I've also got to open up the giveaway. Let me get these last screws in so I don't have to think about this panel again. Are we not aligned on the top? It better be. Better be. I can't see because of the light. This is the worst angle. Okay, now I can come back around and finish this up. Whew. Aaron, did you buy a new baby? Coming by mail. I know you can't see what's happening right now, but trust me, it's nothing exciting. I'm just tightening these screws down. All right, you are never coming back off unless something awful happens. Okay, easy peasy. Easy peasy, everybody. All right, let's go ahead and get the giveaway link posted. We've got, hi, nice, 103 viewers, 67 likes. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. It just takes a second, but it definitely helps out the stream. All right, so form is posted in chat. Yep. And it will be open for approximately half an hour. and then we'll do our drawing live. Okay. Take out cable holder, pinch. I'm gonna take off this cable holder for right now. Dude, there is no slack on that whatsoever. Yeah, I'm taking the cable holder off that I installed. I will attach it later with some screws. Right now, it's just, yeah, it doesn't need to be there. Okay, now we're installing the screen. Screen is right here. I feel like we're getting there. We've got to be getting there. I'm like tempted to turn it on without putting the enclosure on it, but I probably won't. Let's see, orientation, gently snap open the back, snap open the back, got it. And then it wants, push the screen cable in direction shown in the finger. Okay, so I think this is just going to slide in very thin ribbon cable. Okay, I think that's in. And then let's lock this in. Okay, hopefully I did that right. We'll find out very shortly. And then I imagine this just snaps onto place. Yep. Oh, quick little peel action. Back-to-back meetings are killing. Oh no. Are Wednesdays normally meeting days, or are they kind of just at random? I didn't want to vote due to it being at 69 likes. Classic. The amount of times I've checked how many likes we have and it's at 69 is more than you'd think. Okay, so now we are going to do the bracing. M3x6s, which are these ones. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a lot. I will say there is a ton of screws that go into building this thing. Like, I didn't count, but I can make a count at some point here. Enclosure holders. Are these the same? Yep, they're both labeled as 14. And they're both going on the inside. So if this is the front, if this is the front, which it is, then, so these are bracing, which is going, where is it going? Looks like it's going right here. Okay, I'm gonna come around from the other side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm not gonna move you guys. I hate meetings, especially since at least 75% of the time they can be an email. Yeah, that's fair. I will say, like, oops, shoot. At Matter Hackers, nope. Yeah, at Matter Hackers, we had a ton of meetings. We had a daily meeting. Yeah, every single day we had a meeting. And sometimes it was helpful. Oftentimes it felt just sort of like to check a box. So right now, I'm at Lightburn. I've been at Lightburn for 3 years, and I really like the way we do meetings. We've had a little bit more meetings the last quarter just because there's kind of some sprints and stuff, but generally speaking, we just have like 1 meeting a week, and then meetings are on a sort of like need to know basis. So if if you're working on something, I'll hit up a coworker and say, hey, can we hop on a meeting, later today or tomorrow to run through this stuff. But it's like if I have a specific thing I need to hash out. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of meetings just for the heck of it. Okay, music did stop. I can hear that now. So let me get these couple of screws in. I hope I'm installing this in the right damn place. Yeah, it's gotta be. I just find it weird that they also have those on the other side, but that could be just because when they machined this, or when they did all of the, the machining for this, that they didn't want to have like two of one way and one of the other. So they just made them all the same, even if you don't use the holes, just to simplify things. That's kind of what my assumption is. Okay, that's a little bit tight. A little bit tight. A little bit tight. Okay, I'm gonna call that good enough. Okay, let's get music back on. I'll get the last bracket on, and I assume all that's left is panels and then powering on. So everyone cross your fingers that that's all that's left and that we can do it after. Hey David! Hey, Maurice is in the house. I ignore most of the meeting notices I get because they don't pertain to me, even though they're on my calendar. Yeah, I mean, sometimes meetings can be great, don't get me wrong. I'm not against meetings, but I am against just like meetings for the purpose of having a meeting and nothing else. It doesn't make any sense. I'm like, can I please just do my job? Okay, so I don't think these are actually really to increase the rigidity at all. I mean, they might, but the main purpose they seem to serve is that they have holes on them, which is what the acrylic panels are going to bolt to. Why are we not turning the right way? The printer isn't exactly quick. No, it's not. I didn't know. I went in blind to this. I didn't do any didn't do any looking in advance as far as what the assembly was going to be like, but I gotta say it's definitely not quicker than I was expecting. I want to say it's probably the longest it's taken me to build a Delta in a long time. Like I've done the SR, the V400, the S1, the T1, one of their older, smaller ones, and I think at least one other brand of Delta, and this one definitely has a lot of assembly. I mean, we would be done already if it wasn't that it's enclosed, and I do appreciate that it does have an enclosure, especially with the CPAP, even though the screaming noise is at the top. But yeah, no, it's not a quick assembly. This is, I can't say it's difficult. The only thing I've run into so far that I thought was sort of difficult was that freaking panel here. Part of it was user error. I was trying to insert it into where that cable came out of, and that's actually not where it's supposed to go. So, but the instructions are somewhat ambiguous, which is not helpful. Oh shit, I think I went a little too far with that one. That's all right. We're not taking you off ever. Okay. Panels are not on, but the braces are on. Great. Yes. Okay, panel time, everybody. Panel time. So we're starting with, take out the two side enclosures. So let's turn this thing like this. Let's not have the camera, I feel bad for the camera's neck. The thing was at such an angle. Okay, here we go. I guess the giveaway won't work for all countries. I like to avoid making others work for others. Yeah, giveaways worldwide. Enter. I feel like I say this almost every stream, but I don't actually do anything with anybody's info. So the second this stream is ended and then the winner's been drawn, I just click clear, delete everything. There's no mailing list. There's nothing. So yeah, you got nothing to lose. I don't actually have a mailing list, which is probably not great considering I've been on YouTube for 10 years, but I probably should have a mailing list. But anyways, okay. So panel, kind of a nice smoky panel. I like that these come off very, let's not break it. I like that this comes off easily. Some of the acrylic panels have like a paper cover. a lot more common. Probably paper cover, I feel like, might do a better job of protecting them, but boy, are they not super fun to take off. Interesting also, these panels only have 2 screws. So I kind of like this. Let's check this out. So for top and bottom, I don't know how you can see that. There we go. There's just like a little peg guy that just pivots and locks it in place, pivots to remove it. So the reason I like that is that means that if you ever need to like work on the machine or something like that, it's literally just the 2 center screws. So watch, let's see. There's also like rubber, I don't know, not gaskets, but strips to kind of hold it in place. So pivot, so boop, like that, boop, like that. And same thing on the top. I can get it aligned. Let's get it, oh yeah, the holes do need to be aligned. And then this just boop, pivot, and boop. I like that. I like that quite a bit. So M36, I think it's the same damn thing we've been using for this whole thing. I have installed a lot of panels and they usually take a long time. So yeah, no, enter in. It's global. So the only difference is if you're in the, oh man, nah, we'll leave the stickers on. I won't see them when this is in place. If you're in the US or Canada, if you win, you get a gift card, and everywhere else in the world you get to pick from a list of their like PLA, ABS, ASA, and PTGs. So it's just slightly different as far as like what the winner gets. But yeah, everyone's eligible to win. And if you don't have a Discord, that is not an issue. Just put NA. I've been saying I need to get rid of that for a long time, but I haven't. Okay, so we got one panel on. God, that is such a beautiful way. Gonna have to switch over to listening in the car. I have to pick up my son to take him to an appointment. I've never really stayed to listen to printer build before. Yeah, sounds good. Hey, thank you regardless for hanging out as long as you did. Hopefully it was either educational a little bit or entertaining or both. And yeah, if you want to see anything later, it does get posted on this channel, so you can always scrub through later on to, you know, see the setup process and stuff once we get it powered on, if you can't watch it. Okay, so I don't think, there's nothing specifically unique about them. Whoa, that was weird. Okay, so let's put these up here. So try to center it as much as I possibly can. Well, I guess you know what, the screws have to be aligned, so that's shit. I don't know if you. I think you saw that. I got booped. The printer booped me. Go. There we go. Cool. 2 screws, and it will be, the side panels will be done, and then the front door, and we power it on, and magic. I can still read chat through the doors. Is that a spider over there? What? Is there actually a spider? To be honest, seeing you struggle so much reassures my choice to avoid deltas. Oh, if you think this is struggle, you ain't see nothing. I'll show you struggle eventually here. Some of the builds we've done, man. I feel like doing things live also in general, I hit more hurdles. I'm a little more distracted than normal just by reading chat and looking at cameras and stuff like that, but okay, let's not over tighten that. You don't want to crack. I'm actually gonna back off of the hair. There, that's funny. Alrighty. Side doors are on. Gaskets are for the front door. That makes a lot more sense. So let's turn this to the front. Whoa, like this. And then we're using M36s, which is just what we use. We need how many of these? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and for these, we're putting these little spacers on, which I will show. Oh, I'm not right camera. So these little spacers. Oops, there we go. So this just goes, I'll show it once it's on. So just a little spacer, it's plastic, and that's what's gonna push into the glass. That way when we tighten it down, it'll let us sort of tighten it down without having metal up against glass. So pretty common. I wanna say it's fairly similar to how a lot of the other printers are that are using glass. Try typing when you have 200 people watching you, you lose the ability to type anything coherent. What, wait, in what situation are you typing with 200 people watching? At least these meetings are semi-productive. That's good. As long as they're semi-productive. I mean, you all know how squirrely I am. I have a very hard time, like, focusing in meetings longer than 30 or so minutes. I just start drifting mentally after about 30 minutes. Sometimes I can reel myself in better than other times, but... All right, take out the package, align the front door, and we're going screws from... Yep. Wait. Yeah, I think so. Screws are gonna be coming in from the front. And that's gonna open it. Okay. Yep. Okay. Glass. Let's make sure we have it the right way. Kind of pretty. Oh, shit. a little sharp. Okay, let's see if I can just start any of these screws. Balancing act here. Come on, there we go. You can't see what I'm doing, I'm sorry for that. I'm using my mouth. Okay. Let me move the camera up a little bit. Can you see him now? No? Yeah, you can see him, right? The right. Oh, that is super reflective. Anyways, you know how to install a door. Using my mouth too. I'm like holding it on my nose. There we go. Okay, I want to make sure. I'm not gonna get. Let's just get the bottom ones in. I can't even see where these are on the camera. They're really tough to see. There we go. Now you can see it. Okay, so let's tighten this up. We definitely want it tight, but we don't want to break glass. Never good to break glass. That's plenty tight. Does look nice when it's all together, I will say that. It's not straight though. Definitely not straight. Is that, hold on, I'm gonna loosen everything really quickly here. I'm looking at the top line of the door and it's definitely like, it's tilted to the right a bit. So I'm wondering if that's that there's some slack in this or whether it's the other side of where the hinges are. No, that seems to have fixed it. So let me hold it in my hand while it's straight. Okay, when I let go, are you gonna sag? No, that seemed to fix it, yay. Okay, so there's a little bit of slop in the door, so as you're tightening it, I guess if you just pay attention. Oh no, now it's a little too. We're calling it good enough for now. I'm not gonna get super anal about it being perfect. Okay, now can I open it? Shit. You know, let's shove something through the. There we go. Okay. Cool. If you're not, okay, 3 Ugga-Duggas. If you're not going 4 Ugga-Duggas, you have the wrong Ugga-Dugga. On glass, I use all lowercase Ugga-Duggas. Okay, so lastly is the handle. So we need what? ST. It says ST point. What is that? I can't read. Is it these ones? It's got to be these. No, it's not. 2.9 by 8. 2.9 by 16. Okay, here we go. 2.9 by 8. There's 4 of them. Okay, we're gonna use the same spacers. I'm saying it out loud so I remember. Remind me to check the voltage on this thing. There's a switch on the side here. I haven't seen whether it's set to 120 or 240. Okay, so now last thing is from the inside. Screws go through. And then handle is just this little injection molded piece. Oop, let's not fall out. There we go. There we go. Demoing a new support ticket system to a whole building. Oh, I can see my screen on Zoom. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. All right. Handle's nice. Is it closing correctly? It seems like it. Yeah. Cool. All right. Anything left? Voltage selection and power on. We are ready to rock. Can you believe it? It only took us 2 hours and 27 minutes. That's gotta be a... All right, so voltage, I can't even see it. It's so deep in there. Let me get my flashlight on my phone. So it is set to 230, so it is not correct. All right, 115. Awesome. So we'll have it facing this direction, I think. That way we can see it. And I'm gonna run the power cable from the other circuit. So that way we don't kill the power. That would be a go out with a bang. Oh, come on. There we go. Where's our plug? Here it is. All right. Here goes nothing, everybody. It'd be fun to get a print started before we do the giveaway. That way it's going. Lights powered on inside the printer. What's the build volume? That's a great question. I don't actually know. Based off that bed size, ooh, let me guess offhand. I'm gonna guess that's 255. I'm gonna guess 220 or 230 diameter, but let's verify that. This one is, that's the S1, T1. T1 is, should be the first thing I see up here, but of course it's not. You gotta scroll all the way to the bottom for this one. 260. So I was wrong. What did I say, 230? Yeah, or 220. So 260 in diameter, 330 in height. However, 330 is with a major asterisk next to it because you are not able to reach the full height based off the way the arms work or on the entirety of it. So I don't know what the actual max height is. Usually I think it's like 15 or 20 millimeters shorter than that. So let's just say safely 260 diameter by 300 height, but you can get probably a little bit more than that 300 height. Oh, it's on the screen. Oh, jeez. Gee whiz. Okay, so let's, God, that's funny. Let's see if the instructions say anything. I can go through it and just home and do all the calibration, but, so let me really quickly go to me. I'm gonna enter in all the Wi-Fi crap. Oh, it's in Chinese. How do I change that? How do I change that? It didn't ask me whether I wanted it in English or Chinese, and I don't know. I don't know how to change this. Okay, well, let me enter in. Let me get on the network really quick here. This will be fun. Is the screen not working? Oh, it is. It's kind of a hard press. Wow, it's a really hard press. Okay, we're on the network. Does anybody want to help me? So at the front, you can't tell anything, 'cause it's all just like units of measurement and such. Print, file, settings. I don't know. We have toggles on and off. It looks like screen brightness. Could it be under this? No, this is all just like fan, light. God. Maybe this is reboot, like a yes? I don't know if I just firmware updated or restarted it. Oh, Google Translate. Damn, I forgot. You're right. Let's see what this does. I don't know what I just did. That's a good call. Oh, well, I forgot that that's a thing. I've used it before, but like, I've never used it when I actually needed it. I just used it for fun. Like, giveaway link is still posted. We're gonna close in the next few minutes here. So if you haven't signed up, we're gonna give away a spool of Polymaker filament anywhere in the world. So this is a reset button. I didn't see it on the screen. The screen's running their own firmware. This isn't Clipper screen, so it's the screen firmware. Something tells me I didn't, something tells me that wasn't the reboot button. Or like, it wasn't the hard reset, but come on, ask me what language I want. Yes! Yes! Alright, let me put my password in again. I have to like actually show my password because it's hard to tell whether a key has been pressed on this. I don't think it'll be an issue for just regular old navigation. But for their small keyboard, boy, is it not fun to use. All right. All right. So we've got our IP. Let's check that really quick. I'm just gonna pull it up. 192.168.1. What is it? I can see it on screen. 105.110. Cool. So there's, oh, cool. Our camera's working. That's nice. Oh, you can't see that because on my face. Chat box, Panasonic, mobile Sony. There we go. Yeah, camera's working. All right. So let's quickly, I just want to get this. We're gonna leave the giveaway open for a few more minutes here because I just would love to get to the point where we're either printing or Okay, access the main page. So calibration is what we need to run first. So next. So vibration do the click. Yep, and yep. Okay, so it's gonna do input shaping and bed leveling. Can't tell whether it's in focus or not. I don't think it is. I'm gonna put on autofocus for a little bit here. It's tough to see from the other side of acrylic. Okay, so it's input shaping. All right, one more minute on the giveaway, and then I'm gonna close it. I'll do the giveaway while it's doing all this calibration stuff. Fan go brrr. Yeah, we'll see how loud this bad boy is. Curious to see while we're waiting just for a sec here. Okay, I'm gonna pull the giveaway link. So unpin. So anyone filling it out, you got another minute, and then I'm going to grab everyone's name. Oh, why am I showing you guys this? This is what you want to see probably. Nero, he modded the printer to make it less loud. Yeah, he flipped the CPAP, I think. Someone mentioned not to do that. I also don't plan on doing it. I don't like modding printers that I'm testing out unless I have to. But there is a muffler, I think, that's actually on the printer itself that you can print out. What's this thing loud out front? Is that in their package, or is that lightning? That was lightning. Or thunder. There's a muffler that you can print out, which I will print. All right. Let's get the giveaway going. We got 82 likes. Thank you, everybody. If you haven't hit the like button, smack. Oh, that's loud. Well, I'll let you guys hear the CPAP after. That's right. We're going to test out how loud it is. That is very loud, though. Enough to upset your neighbors. All right, we got 75 responses. Wheel of names. That's the exact same number we had last week. All right, it is giveaway time. As always, I want to give a big thank you to Polymaker for allowing us to do this. They are an awesome company. They make great filament. I've been a fan of them for many, many years. When I was working at Matter Hackers, well before Polymaker was doing anything on this channel, I used quite a bit of their Polylite series, and it's always been just a really great filament. So thank you to them for letting us do this giveaway. It's for anyone, anywhere in the world. And as always, if you do want to support the channel, one way you can do so is if you are picking up something like filament. There is a link in the description, and the channel does get a percentage kickback. So if you're going to already be buying some filament, it's a super simple way to support the channel, and it's always appreciated. On that note, let's shuffle this and get this spinning so we can get back to the printer. Let's shuffle. How many times are we shuffling? How many days are we away from 3D Printopia? It's on the 28th and 29th. So 28 minus 11 is going to be 17 days, if my math is correct. We'll do 17 shuffles today. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, everybody. Good luck. Never tell me the days. Sorry, zombie. All right, 3, 2, 1. Good luck, all. Maurice, you are our winner. Congratulations, buddy. Oh, more thunder. More thunder, more thunder, more thunder. Congratulations, Maurice. You are our winner. So I will message you, probably just on Discord, since we messaged on Discord. So I will, after the stream's done, I got to run and take care of well, shit, it depends on if the weather's nuts. If the weather's not nuts, I'm going to run and get the tire looked at. It seems like it's leaking. So I may not get to, looks like a burn mark. I may not get to you the message until tomorrow, but I will do my absolute best. That I will promise. So, Dutchman wins. Yeah. So, congratulations. Yeah, it was really close to a lot of people, a lot of names that I'm very familiar with. So, all right, let's get back to this one. Let's see, what is it doing right now? Okay, so I did the vibration compensation. Calibration complete. Calibration exceeds maximum time. Sure. So that's a little bit janky. It lets you set. You're going to bed soon? Okay, perfect, good. Don't wait up then. So it lets you choose both, but because of the way it's set up, it doesn't actually run both. So it does seem like it's saved. I see variable saved. The save config will reboot, save calibration written to CSV file. So it's recommending, it's funny that it says 30K Excel because it is recommending much less than that. Let's go to our console. So we've got ZV at 6600, MZV at 4700, EI at 4300, 2 hump at 4000, 3 hump at 3800. And then other axes, we've got 6800, 4900, 44. So I don't know how they're thinking. Maybe travel speeds will be at some crazy number, but for the sake of printing, they're not getting that. Yeah, even on the, I showed on Saturday's stream, showed on Saturday's video, but with the takeoff tool head, my Trident right now, it's really weird. The Y-axis shows with MZV, I can get a little bit north of 8K acceleration, but my X-axis is limited to 41 or 4200. So I tried tightening up things and didn't seem to make much of a difference. So I need to do a deeper dive. But I am planning on replacing as many printed parts with CNC parts as I can to improve the rigidity of the machine. So, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so let's run bed leveling. We'll stop. Okay. It's your first outer top layers that you limit. Also, excels on no external layers will always be higher. Interesting. I always stick within what the recommendations are in. I always stick to what the recommendations are within the input shaper results, even for inner perimeters and infill. I can play around with not doing that and see, because I certainly can. The tube right now with the setup I have, I was able to get up to 50 cubic millimeters per second with a standard size heater cartridge. I'm using the Basel nozzle, but I capped it at 40 cubic millimeters per second just to be on the safe side. And I looked, and at the current speeds, I'm not really printing more than 20, with the current profile, I'm not really printing more than like 21 to 23 cubic millimeters per second. So I certainly could ramp that up for the inside if that's the case. Huh. Okay, I'll play around with that, Aaron. I'll run some just sort of basic, probably basic cube tests with how I'm running it now and with ramped up infill and see if I notice any chatter from the infill affecting anything on the outside. Additive Adam, thank you for 10 months, man. Will you be attending 3D Printopia? I plan on it. Yes, I will be. It is locked in. I will be there. It was up in the air until a couple weeks ago, but I've been talking with Fabrico, and Fabrico sponsored the flights and the hotel, and so yeah, I will be there. I'm going to be hanging out at the Fabrico booth for a lot of Saturday and Sunday, but I will also absolutely be making my way around to say hi to people and check out cool projects, cool products, and all that stuff. So, but yeah, definitely, yeah. Zombies commissioned me, not even commissioned, volunteered me to God, brain farting right now, to work his booth in the moments I'm not doing stuff at the Fabrico booth. Are you gonna have a booth, Adam? Are you gonna be working out of maybe Hugh Forge's booth? Are you doing your own thing? Look at the jumps Bamboo does in the slicer for each type. Okay, I will. Stand between for Biko and my boot. Okay, I'll get a measuring tape and find the midpoint and say this is my home now. I'll be right next door working. Oh, sick! That's awesome. I'm very excited. I got to check out a fair bit of Hugh Forge's booth at Rocky Mountain, but it was so damn busy that I couldn't see all the cool stuff. Like I saw some of it for sure, but I'm excited to see whatever gets brought. Okay, so it did a coarse leveling, and now it's doing a fine leveling. So game plan is I'm going to turn off the filter and put the CPAP fan on 100% so we can see how loud it is, and then we'll run a print. I think I'll try to come next year. You should. Nice. They're so fun. Any of the events. I will say, having been to Murph 2 times or 3 now, I think just twice, that Rocky Mountain Rep Fest definitely wins for me from a standpoint of location and organization. So that would be my recommendation out of what I've been to so far. I haven't been to Earth or 3D Printopia before, so I don't have much feedback regarding how it fares against the other shows. But any of them so far is a lot of fun. Has it got a load cell on the tool head? That's a great freaking question. Well, it's certainly nozzle probing. I wonder if we can see. Let's do a quick little peekaboo. Shooter. You're gonna see MCU fan, heater, heated bed, temperature sensor, filament switch. Check filament sensor, printer. Delta calibrate, probe, distance between the nozzle and leveling switch. So I'm assuming it's in the tool head because there's no X and Y offset. We see it's probing. What was that sound? There's no X and Y offset between the nozzle and leveling switch, negative 0.24. I don't see any specifics, but it's definitely probing with the nozzle. So I'm gonna assume it's a load cell. I still don't know. I would think it would look different if it wasn't in the tool head. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I think it's probably a load cell in the tool head. Is there any other Moonraker? No, that's the only file they have. So. $2K for a visit is a lot of money just for fun, but still considering the thing. I mean, what I would try to do nice is figure out a way that you can do more than just that. Like maybe if you turn it into a, vacation where you go and visit somewhere else. I don't know. Just trying to think. I definitely can see it being hard to justify for just a weekend. Hey, that guy makes you are right on time in my book. Okay, so I think we're done with the calibration. It's got input shaping, it's got bed meshing, calibration completed. Great. So let's, for fun now, I'm taking off the... Okay, I'm putting you guys on the very bottom plate. Okay, you're stuck on the bottom plate. It's about 1 foot below the hot end. And I'm going to turn the CPAP on, and then I'm going to turn off the noise filter. So if you're wearing headphones, don't. Or lower the audio for a second. Okay, this is it with the noise filter on. Now I'm going to turn off the noise filter. So we've got 3 seconds to take off your headphones or mute or something. All right, so the filter's back on. Let's check. I'm gonna check with my little app from, I don't know. I'm standing up. Oh, geez, this is warm. I'm standing 1 foot away. Where did I get my table from? This table? This is just a quartz countertop that a buddy of mine got as a piece of scrap, but the table itself right here is just a Home Depot Husky table. So where's my noise app? Here we go. So 70, it's close to 78 decibels. And if I close the door, it goes down to 70 decibels. So even with the door closed, it's loud. Kiko. Sound like my MacBook? Oh God. Okay. I can't tell what we're seeing right now. Oh, that's all. Okay, let's print something. Let me turn off the fan. Let's just grab some PLA. Let's see. I think I've got. Oh. We're gonna use this pretty Protopasta PLA. I've had this spool for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, and it's almost gone. It needs to be used up. Let's shove this. Very interesting spool holder. Okay. So I'm going to control preheat PLA. Yeah, ABS will definitely be quieter, but I just want to see from the standpoint of what like the pre-slice file looks like, and typically they don't pre-slice ABS prints. What should she call it vacuum? Yeah, it's very loud. But that was at 100%, and I mentioned that I don't think that for most scenarios, unless you're just going absolutely banana sandwiches, that you would ever really use it at 100%. I think on the VZ, I don't usually use more than like 20 or 30%, so. Okay, nozzle is getting close to temp. It's interesting that their PLA preheat is 240 Celsius. It's pretty damn hot. Wait a minute, would work better because it would pull up the phone. I don't know what that means. All right, it has fed our filament through. Is it still feeding? No, it's just, this is just, no, leftover pressure coming out. What is the default fan for their slicer? I can check in a second here. Let's get something printing, and then we'll take a look at their slicer. What do we want to print? We got camera bracket, silencer. Oh, that's the muffler. A benchy, a flower basket, a vase, lighthouse thing, a Snorlax, low poly Snorlax. What the heck is that? A Paladin Mini. There's no cat. Wasn't an option. There's no cat. There's no cat. Wait. Camera bracket, silencer, flower. There's no cat. Where are you guys? Last one? Oh! What the heck? Alright, we'll do Snorlax. I don't want to do the silencer in this. I want to do it in a different color print. I had no idea. I thought everyone was in on a joke that I just wasn't in on, but it actually said cat. All right, so it's got a purge liner on the outside. First layer seems fine. Extrusion looks pretty good. Don't really see any issues. All right, let me check. It's their FLSUN slicer, which I already have on here, but I haven't updated it in months. So let me at least get the latest version so that we can get an accurate gauge. Okay, it doesn't seem like it prompts you. Help. Directions for use, system info. Okay, it doesn't look like there's any prompt to install the latest version, so let's FLSUN slicer. FLSUN slicer. Where are those chips at? I've earned the chips. Okay. It's funny, it actually looks like maybe it's still the same version of the slicer that's the latest, which seems hard to believe. What do you mean the like button stopped working? Someone check, see if the like button's working. Yeah, we're still live. We're just printing. We're gonna call it soon though, because I've got to go to the tire shop. That's really loud. Okay, let me check what Delmar said really quick. Oh my god, it's shaking my whole screen. Blowmaster? Oh my god. This is what Delmar sent me. The Blowmaster. Lovely. Alright. While this is printing, I'm gonna really quickly pull up the T1 profile. So welcome, great. Yep. Yep. Nope. Yep. It is very loud. Thank you, Zombie, for the $1.99. Yeah, if you haven't smacked the like button, please do. It takes a split second, and it certainly helps the streams out. Nice, we crossed 100. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so if I go to FLSUN T1, and I go under there, I'm guessing this is, yeah, this is PLA. Yep. I wanted to be able to have the window open, or the door open. Someone sneak into the like button house and rub poison. Oh god. Long live Delmar. Okay, really quickly, let's take a look at this. So under their print settings, PLA high speed. Let's just go to like standard PLA. There, standard PLA profile. And if we go under, where the hell is cooling? Oh, it's under here, yeah. cooling. Ooh. Yeah, they're running the fan speed at 100% with that profile. Liz! Thank you for the 19, oh my god, 19 months, 2 weeks. I cannot freaking wait. I can't hear the air horn over how loud this printer is, but we're sending some air horns and cheers your way. Yeah, that is, okay, so fan speed, let's just run through these. Oh, that is high speed though, that is high speed. So let's just go to general PLA. Oh, still 100%. Still 100%. ABS is at 60%. ASA 50. CPU 60, 70. PTG, wow, yeah, so they intend for you to run this thing pretty damn fast. Or not that, I'm not fast, well, fast and loud. That's crazy. Time to go pick up the kiddo from school. See you next week. Hey, thank you for hanging out, Peak. Sorry, my eyes. Have a great night. Yeah, next week we're going to be unboxing the FlashForge, their small Core XY 3D printer. So it should go a bit quicker, I think, given the just size of the machine and that it should be assembled. Print quality looks pretty good so far. I don't see any of that weird artifacting that I saw with the S1. And again, that kind of really makes me think that it is certainly the closed loop steppers or the drivers that they're using with it. This is looking pretty clean. Lewis, thank you very much for becoming a member. Cheers. Air horn. And Steve, 28 freaking months. I asked about you earlier. I said I haven't seen Steve yet. Squirrel for Steve. Happy Wednesday. Thank you again for the giveaway. Yeah, absolutely. I will get that message off to you, Maurice. Have a wonderful night. Wild Steve has appeared. I wonder what the flow, like what flow are we getting with this? We go to here. We go to here. It's hitting short bursts of really high flow rate. So 50 I saw for a second, 57, 48. I saw 70 for a split second, but it's changing so quickly. It said 197. It's interesting. This hot end seems quite different to me than the one that's inside the S1. And I like this hot end from what I'm seeing right now. Like if you look, I mean, looking at the camera, you can see the freaking heater block is really large on this thing. It uses standard V6 nozzles, which is really nice. Hey Seuss, thank you for the 333. Cheers, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Will you show us a close look after this print? Yeah. How long does this print need? It's got half an hour left. Okay. I said it would be a short stream today, and I'm a liar. We're already over 3 hours. I will let this print finish. We'll take a quick look at it, and then we'll call it. Because I've got to get my butt to the tire shop before everybody gets off work, and then I won't be able to be seen. Your cat ate too much lasagna. Lasagna. Yeah, I need to take another look at the FLSUN S1 hot end, but if I remember correctly, it's got more of like a ring heater cartridge, or yeah, more of a ring heater around it. Well, this one, from what I saw, was using a standard style heater cartridge. Oh, I think CPAP quieted down for just a split second. Yeah, print quality is looking really consistent. Like the layers are laying down nicely. I will say, oh, you know what? No, Mike probably still has another 20 minutes on it. I'm gonna plug in. The receiver's always what dies first. I will say, from initial impressions, if you don't mind the build, which we saw, the build is somewhat involved for a pre-built printer. I mean, it's not pre-built, but you know, initial impressions are I actually like this printer better than their S1. It certainly feels like more of the printer that would be one that I think there would be larger interest in. They just now need to give us some Orca Slicer profiles and open this dang thing up so that way people can tweak things as they want. You cannot eat too much lasagna. I agree, nice. When we go to any Italian restaurant, it's like a 9 out of 10 chance that I'm ordering lasagna. Lasagna bolognese. Initial impression, do I want it? Yes. Can I afford it? No. That's fair. There's always gonna be like, ooh, new shiny, right? And the good thing is that all these printers end up eventually going on sale. So it's $5.99 right now, which seems like a really solid price given the machine, but I wouldn't doubt that at some point you'll see it for like $100 off or something like that. So that at least gives you enough time to, you know, save and decide at that point, do you actually still want it or has new shiny come out? I will say I am a sucker for Delta printers though. They're sort of like to me, like the unicorn of the 3D printing land. Like just not a whole lot of them, but they're kind of majestic and they're really cool just to watch print. Trying to think of like what does the S1 give you over this one? I mean, the S1 does feel like it's built much more like a tank. I wouldn't doubt that the rigidity with those closed loop steppers, if they get it dialed in, will be able to print faster. But do you really need that? They're both enclosed, they both have a CPAP, they both can print it to 300 Celsius. Most of the stuff that the S1 has feels more like leisure, not leisure, but like just more, the price is more forgiving. Oh yeah, 100%, absolutely. I love driving by the field. Oh, zombie. I know they look really good. It shows, but I don't own one. I'm a sucker. Hey! And I can't say it. I'm trying to remember, what was your old screen name, Subaru? I either just saw you typing in chat. I think that's what it is. I think I was looking at a really old video recently, a stream, and I saw your name pop up and was like, huh, I haven't you know what? I know why I thought about you the other day. When I ordered the HEPA filters, I got a HEPA up here and a HEPA for the bedroom. You had been talking to me about HEPA filters like years ago. I think you said you got one for like yourself and your girlfriend or something like that. Inappropriate maker. That's it. Yep. That's what it is. For some reason, like trying to read your name right now, I cannot do it. It looks like it says ANLDIO. Oh my god, an idiot with a super. Oh my god. The words jumbled together. I did not see that. That's funny. Holy crap. I can't imagine not getting a P1S at this price point. I agree. I love my P1S. And it's ready to rock and roll out of the box, so I don't disagree with that. I need to get a filter set up for the new workshop. What are you using in your current space? I did a bunch of research and I'll show you what I got. So I think technically they're not true HEPA because from what I saw, HEPA has some weird qualifications and I don't think you can get actual round filters that are truly HEPA. It says it's like HEPA, what's the word? Like HEPA rated. I went with two of these. They weren't real cheap. There's a coupon for $40 off, so they're like $260 each. But I just decided. I mean, I've been so miserable with my allergies and crap. This is not an affiliate link. This is an affiliate link, if anyone wants it. But I spent days looking at reviews of filters, and my HEPA, or not true HEPA, yeah. It seems like that's quite common. These Levo8 had really good feedback all around. A lot of the ones that were like coming up in the top on Amazon and showing up on like CNET and stuff like that, when I really got down into it, seemed like they had a fair amount of issues as well. But yeah, I've been quite happy with this. I mean, pretty much everyone said don't get any that has any sort of intelligence with it, but being able to turn this on and get warnings if they spike on my phone was worth the risk for me, so. You need an H13 filter or something. This one has pretty good filters on me if you look into it. It also does have a pretty large carbon filter into it. I can't afford that. I mean, I just got this, right? I've been printing and breathing my fumes for 10 years now. So, I mean, if you, honestly, the cheapest thing you can do is if you just get the, like AC filters that they have, you know, just your regular AC filters and a box fan. That is super effective and way cheaper. It's not nearly as pretty, but if you're just wanting something that, you know, will do a great job of filtering, isn't going to break the bank, that's absolutely the route I would recommend. One of my buddies has like the setup in his garage where it's basically a box fan and four of those filters or 5 of those filters, but he uses it for all of his lasering, 3D printing, and it does an awesome job. I worked in pharma, lots of HEPA filter. Yeah. The only thing I care about is the replacement filter cost. Otherwise, most stuff is just a fan. Yeah. I want to say replacement filters on these are $60, which is not cheap. Oh, it looks like they're actually $42, so not as bad. Still not cheap, but I won't be replacing them monthly, that's for sure. I probably will take them out after a few months and maybe do a vacuum. Why are dogs barking? Nobody at the front door. Maybe there's more thunder. Oh shit. IKEA has some HEPA filters around 20. Yeah, I've seen that. We don't unfortunately have an IKEA right here, but I've seen people talking about the IKEA ones, and I mean, I think probably anything is better than nothing. So certainly you can get much more affordable ones, which would not be a bad thing to have. I always kind of overdo things a little bit just to sort of future-proof them, and also I'm doing quite a bit of printing where I'm sitting in the studio nearly all day long, so if I were to do one now, I'd get the Enclosure Air Helper Pro. The things are badass. Yep, I looked at those. They seem to be sort of like the cream of the crop when it comes to HEPA filters, but I needed 2 of them. I couldn't justify spending nearly $2,000. I figured that something has to be better than nothing. This seems like sort of a mid-tier filter. So, you know, who knows what the future has in store, but for now, I'm pretty happy with it. My experience with the bento box. Any experience? I have the bento box. I need to install the bento box, so I can't say much about it, Alan. I would say that it's probably better than nothing. The full-size bento box at least has a decent. It's both a HEPA and like activated carbon. So I would say that that's probably the better design I've seen. I know there's the oh god, what is the one for Morons? That's in my V2.4, Nevermore. There's some larger Nevermores that I think probably could be pretty good as well, but I do like the bento. I feel like it at least holds a decent amount of activated charcoal so that it hopefully does something. But without having some kind of a I have the sniff test, but since I haven't installed it, I can't tell you like, hey, I printed ABS, and then once I installed it, ABS, I didn't smell it at all, or I smelled it much less. There's the sniff test, which I haven't been able to do, but unless I have some sort of instrument that can read particle count, it's hard to say really, you know, how effective it is. So, hey, Phil. How are the VFAs? I see no VFAs, Amar. I see none. Layer lines look very, very clean. I was just saying that, like, based off of the experience of the S1 so far, the T1 is absolutely where I'd be throwing my money, like, if I was getting one. It's very fast. I think I like the hot end better. And yeah, there's none of the VFA issues that I'm seeing. I mean, it's clean. It's very clean. Chanel, thank you for 19 months. Holy crap. Thank you for 19 months. Hello, everyone. We'll do... I wonder what's for dinner. That is the real question. Hey, Liz, I didn't even see you. My roommate has a Kia one. I was having issues with perfume recently. I had bad scent sensitive, and it cleared out stuff pretty well in a couple hours. Nice. Yeah, I think really... So I do believe that there's also, you know, you get a thing and it gives you a false sense of security that it's doing positive things for you, and it's not, and there's danger, there's absolutely danger in that. But generally speaking, I think that getting some kind of a HEPA filter or HEPA S filter from a reputable company is going to be better than not having anything. It might not filter out everything. There might be microparticulates that it's not able to get, but hell, even if it's filtering out half of it, you know, it's certainly better than just having it all settle around in your room or settle in your lungs, right? It's something I've wanted to get for, I've talked about it for years. I've talked about it for freaking years. And honestly, it was the combination of seeing Nathan's video when I finally watched it regarding the particulates, and then also the icing on the cake was how insane my allergies have been. I was going to bed feeling okay and waking up feeling miserable, and so it's like there's got to be something going on in our bedroom. Like, I don't know if it's the fan or the AC kicking on at night or what the deal is. And so it was kind of the combination of the two where I'm like, I've got to, my allergies are making me feel miserable. It's been like a month, and then also I need something else. HEPA carbon combination would be best for, yes, I agree with that. I'm sorry, I'm not saying that just HEPA, it's the combo. This one does have, does it show it on the inside? I think I can just rip it out. Give me 1 second. Turn this off, twist, oh. Here we go. Yeah, so this is the filter. So it's a circular filter. You've got the HEPA filter on the outside. If you look on the inside, it's got the whole wall entirely wrapped around with carbon. So it's the combination of the two. If you're looking to purchase one, regardless, wow, that is really, why am I so white? If you're looking to purchase something, regardless of whether, it already looks like there's some buildup on it. Regardless of whether you go with a more expensive or less expensive, I certainly would look for the combo. Absolutely. The downside about this one is that the carbon is attached to the HEPA, so, and the filters are 40 bucks. So I will not be replacing the carbon quite as often as I should be because I just can't justify that expense. So if you can find ones where the carbon filter is a separate filter, that would probably be my recommendation. They just didn't, I looked around a lot and they didn't have exactly what I was looking for in the price point I wanted with the sort of reliability that I was seeing. Yeah, she's thick. Yeah, thick filter. Hey YZ, I think the best way to test Delta printers quickly is to print around tube in base mode, the full height of the printer. Yeah, that's definitely one way to do it. 99% of my allergies are probably due to dust mites. I saw that too, Amar, that dust mites are a big one and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. Like, there's like dust mite, like covers you can use that are super fine that's not supposed to let them through as easily, but I think the main thing is just having to wash the sheets more often than we do. Not that we don't wash our sheets fairly often, but because of my sensitivity, which seems to get worse seasonally. And then also I go outside and like water the garden, you know, once a day. And then after I'm done outside, like to change your clothes, like apparently you can drag in a bunch of stuff and then, you know, that gets in the bed if you're, you know, sitting with your shirt. I don't know. I'm not an allergy specialist. I'm an allergy sufferer. Yeah, you didn't see me because I've been, oh, lurk mode, nice. Last couple weeks been busy during streams, so I've just been on view count off the chat. No worries. I get it. Glad to have you here. Honestly, I'm a huge lurker in general. I watch streams all the time when I'm working on stuff. I mean, I've talked about this before. I'm a huge Pokemon nerd, so I've always got like box breaks or like PSA grade returns or something like that on, but I rarely engage. I just like having it on and like watching. So, no worries. You replace the carbon much faster than the filter. Yep. Yep. Which I won't be able to do, which is unfortunate. What I might look into, I don't know. Let's say it'd be interesting to see if there's some kind of additional filter I can put in there. So maybe the carbon that's in there stays in there, but if I can add an additional layer of carbon around the outside. The replacement filters for my big blue air. Ooh. I think Blue Air was one of the companies I saw pretty good things about too. Carbon filters are actually becoming more efficient as they get dirty. That's interesting. To a point. I think your white balance issue is caused by your studio light reflecting in the panel of the printer. Yeah, it's probably what it is. I've noticed that anytime I'm reviewing a printer that's really dark, it makes me look super white. I played around with the white balance a bit. I might need to just turn off auto white balance, but it's usually great and fine until it's not, and then I don't notice it until post, where I'm like usually showing off a metallic object, and you can see it quickly flicker. But the channel is, as much as I have spent a lot more time over the years like getting quality shots and stuff like that, it's still an educational, informational channel. Really is what the intent is. So I don't like, stuff like that. I'm kind of like, I'd like to tweak it, but it's also not. I've never had anyone complain about it, I guess is what I'm getting at. I don't think it takes away really from anything. I heard your dehumidifier. Interesting. If they don't, that's actually funny, Amar, because we sleep. My wife sleeps with a humidifier on. In California, we used a dehumidifier. We had to pull a bunch of moisture out of the air, but here, I can't remember what her reasoning was. Probably sinus. I would think it was sinus related as well. So I'm pumping moisture into the air in the bedroom. I do not recommend what I did, but when I was searching in an AliExpress for a cheap hot end for my model, and I think I found a knockoff of an E50 Revo hot and weird. Can't wait to test its performance. I finally had to lock in my recording exposure. Yeah, I might do the same, Zombie. I do bounce. Like, I've got a few videos I'm working on recording down in the garage. One's a laser and one's a printer. And so the lighting is different. So it is nice having it auto adjust. But up here, I use the same lights. I usually now have the ceiling lights on because I swapped those out for the same Kelvin as the rest of the lights. And I've got one light bouncing off the ceiling downwards towards me, one towards me, another one, and another one, a softbox further away towards me. Careful, if it's an ultrasonic emitter, it can absolutely destroy your air quality. I don't think it's an ultrasonic humidifier. I haven't even heard of that. Ultrasonic as in like how an ultrasonic cleaner works, where it does lots of vibrations? If that's the case, it's not. It's a cheapo. It's a pretty inexpensive, like your typical like oval shaped one that has a blue nightlight on it as well. It's nothing fancy. The cool thing about these filters is that they do read particle count. So like right now the particle count on this upstairs filter shows 21, which is actually high. I usually get it down to like 001 or 002. I have a feeling it's because we're printing PLA and we've got the thing open and the CPAP is just shooting out stuff. So yeah, right now it says 21. Like that's interesting to know about the humidifier, because we have seen a couple of random spikes in the bedroom where it like all of a sudden is really, really high. But I don't think that's been the cause. Let me see if I pull up. Here it is. Yeah, so like this is the, right now what it's showing. So it's a particle, particle meter or 2.5 for the size, and it's at 21 right now. And so you can adjust, like you can set it to auto so it'll ramp up and down. I usually keep it on 2 if I'm doing, like if I'm up here, and then 4 if I'm not, or maybe if it's the other way around, I don't know. 4 is kind of noisy, and then sleep mode is really low, and it turns off the lights on it. But yeah, they're pretty cool. So this one, and then we've got the one in the bedroom, which is, you know, basically as low as it goes right now. Coolness. Okay, I don't think that's what ours is, but I'll take a look at it. It's good to know. I've never heard that before. Still looking pretty good. A little bit of droop on the top overhang right here, the steepest overhang. I'll show that. Yeah, you see it too. Looks like they're still going too fast to cool the PLA. Yep, that top lip there. I wonder what that angle is. It's a fairly steep angle. Because the other overhang that's on the arm right here looks great. But yeah, we'll take a closer look at it in a sec here. Oh, interesting. Ultrasonic humidifiers are the cheap ones. Well, shoot, maybe that is what we have then. Ultrasonic are cheap. I wonder if I have. I wonder if I probably bought it off of Amazon. Let me check the orders. There's one in Jack's room too, which is pretty much the same exact thing. Humidifier. Yeah, this is probably it right here. This is what I'm rocking. Oh, what do you know? It's in the title, ultrasonic. You're saying ultrasonic are not great. We have two of them then. Yeah, no, I didn't see that. Yeah, there's one in our bedroom, one in Jack's room. And they were saying they're not good. Why? Because they can output some nasty stuff into the air. Ultrasonic humidifier. Help this. They get hot and burn, especially left in children's room unintended. Outdoor particle levels very low. Indoor. Ultrasonic are great, but they need clean water. We only use bottled distilled water in them. So hopefully that's okay. Yeah, we're not, I think on one or two occasions we have used tap because it's all we had, but Aaron almost always buys bottled distilled water. Okay, cool. Gotcha. So you're saying that they can be bad based off of if you've got some poor quality water that it's burning off stuff from. Okay, let's take a look. The problem with 3D printing particulates is they're below the 2.5 around the 2.5 sensor and miss more of the particulates. I don't doubt that. I've seen that as well. I want to say that it can filter less than that. Probably not as precisely. But yeah, I know that the ultrafine particles are smaller, or at least, yeah, are smaller than that 2.5 range. Okay, so here is, let's go. So this is really obviously the biggest issue, is that overhang right there just did not turn out well. And something tells me it might be related to part orientation. The fans were on this side and this side, not on the front and the back. Because if we look at this, right, which isn't quite as steep, but it's a fairly steep overhang, it's really clean. It's really clean. It did a fantastic job of that overhang and that overhang on the opposing side. It's just this one, which is not facing towards the fan, But if we look at the first layer, so this was, automatically set first layer, not bad looking. It looks fairly consistent to me. And then if we look at the just general quality of the layers, it turned out nice. Like it really did a good job. I'm gonna try to bounce some light off of it really quick. Let's see. You get as close as possible. Nope, that's too close. So and there is a bit of shimmer, I will say, but like, if we're looking for VFAs, right? The stuff that I've been getting off the S1 is incredibly pronounced. You would very easily be able to see all sorts of sort of crazy looking artifacts and stuff. And this is smooth. It's not having that issue because they're not using the closed loop steppers. It's a completely different setup when it comes to the motion of this printer, which is a huge perk right now because they've had issues with their other one. Not close enough for me on the bed. I like the squish. I'm pretty sure you can adjust it further. I generally go a hair closer on the bed as well. Like, especially if I was doing things like ABS, like you can see, if I shine it the right way, you can see there's slight gap. Like you can still see that the whole bottom doesn't look uniform. Like you can still see the lines laying down, which it had really good adhesion, so it wouldn't be an issue for things like PLA. But in ABS in general, I do also prefer a bit more squish, especially on powder coated PEI. But I did see while it was printing that there was a Z button that we would have been able to bump it down just a hair. So you do have at least some control over that. But honestly, for a first test print, not bad. Minus that. That's the bit. If it didn't have that, I'd be really stoked. Yeah, that's the top lip there where it meets at the most vertical point. Just it drooped a little bit, as you can see. So, whew. Whoop. There we go. All right. So regarding future footage and videos, my plan is likely going to be, we won't do another stream on either of these printers, I don't think, unless we just have a fun, chill stream. Corner speed. Like the, you mean the, what's it called? In the, where are we? Temperature, printer. You mean square corner velocity? Square corner velocity is set to 5 right now. It says max velocity 1200, max excel 40K, max excel to decel 8K, square corner velocity 5. Yeah. So I don't plan on doing any other streams on these printers. What I will very likely do is put this off to the side and run some more prints on it just to see how it handles prints I slice up, see how it handles ABS. And then hopefully FLSUN gets the updated firmware for the S1 so that I can actually do some printing on it that I think is acceptable to show off. And then what I will very likely do is have a video at some point on the main channel that's basically like me and both Deltas and kind of just talking about similarities, differences, pros, cons, what the experience has been like, and that's likely going to be like kind of the extent of it. So I honestly, at this point, prefer the T1. I really, the building was more involved than I had hoped for, sure. But just thinking based off the experience I've had, if I were shelling out, like taking other printers out of the equation, right? Like if I was buying an FLSUN and if I was buying a Delta and I was shelling out 600 for this or 12 for that, 12 or 11, did they pull the S1? No. No, it's still here. Holy crap. 1,500. So 600 versus 1,500? I don't personally see $900 more value right now. I don't even know that if everything was working perfectly, I'd see $900 more value over this. Like, this for the price seems like a lot of printer. So if they can get that thing working perfectly, the S1, like those artifacts are gone and push it quicker, I could see it being priced at like $1,000 to $1,100. But the thing is, they price this so low comparatively that it's like, you know, 2.5 of these for one of those. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. A Doron for the price difference. You can get one of these and a Doron and still have money left over for mods. So, but hey, do it. Thing is massive. Yeah, it's pretty big. It actually is very small compared to the S1 that's just like, I don't know, 10 feet to the left of it. But it with the enclosure and the shell on, it's definitely pretty large. It looks nice. I like the glass. I think that's a really good compromise with the glass front door. I know people have different opinions on glass front doors, and I'm actually, funny enough, doing a video on X1 Carbon mods coming up here, where one of the things I do is put BigTreeTech's acrylic front door on. I don't mind glass front doors, but I know that it's not for everyone. I know Jesse had his break. I've certainly had moments of, oh crap, when it swung open on me, and I've been a little bit scared on various printers, whether I'm gonna break it or not. And I get, like, I don't know, if you have kids or something, I get the appeal potentially of having acrylic, but I also do think like the glass just feels really nice. There's like sort of that quality, the weight, it's something about the weight, I don't know. So anyways, thank you everybody for hanging out to get the T1 and print a Doron and still spend less than an S1. Exactly. That would be my recommendation right now. And it would take quite a bit to change that, honestly. So, yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out. Thank you for all of our new members, our returning members, our gifted memberships, and our donations. It was nice to have a chill stream after just doing so many builds. So I am, between this week and next week, hopefully going to start printing out LDO positron parts, and next week we'll do one more unboxing, and then the final stream before 3D Printopia, we'll get the LDO positron unboxed and start doing the assembly on that, which I am super excited about. I just need to get the parts printed. I'm hoping they turn out well, and I have to cut out a panel, so just quite a bit of stuff to do before. So on that note, I hope you all have a wonderful day and a safe week, and I will see you hopefully at the same time next week. Also, Saturday video comes out on the Takeoff toolhead. It is a monster, ridiculous toolhead that is SLM printed, and I spent weeks working on it. That's why I didn't have a video this last weekend. I was like, no, I've got so much more like editing and footage and tweaking this thing to do. So hopefully it's a nice video. Hopefully you guys like the video. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful day and wish me luck with the tire, please. All right, cheers.